For new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. My back is still done for. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Become a member. There's lots of perks, and also wraithax.eth domain name. So we have quite a bit to go over today. I had one of my newer whales get like 900,000 OMI today, between 900,000 and a million. Have another, dude, I don't, can y'all please get your stuff off exchanges and please put them on a mother flapping trust wallet? Like, it doesn't have to be a trust wallet. It could be a ledger. It could be, you know, a private MetaMask that's not connected to anything. It could even be the Vivi app. But for the love of all that is holy, can y'all please get your, not your keys, not your crypto. Exchanges can go down at any moment. They could cease working in your state, country, I just have a couple of friends that are just like, hey, we still have our stuff on exchanges. I was like, oh my God. You know, how many exchanges have to go down for y'all to... Anywho, let's start on the OMI right now. So I'll go over what that other one whale did. Stan saying, thank you so much for the super chat. Stan, I did send out that shirt yesterday. It should be there by tomorrow. And then... let me know if you want anything else. More in cat pants. Stan says, does Vivi have the tech to integrate audiobook narration into comic books with sound effects? Would you narrate? Thanks. I think I could do like let's say, you know, first appearance of Punisher. Who do you want to voice Punisher? Do you want it to be the good-looking dude from, I don't know, is that like 15, 20 years ago where John Travolta's in that movie? You know, that's a cool one. Where he's like, made you kill your friends, made you kill your wife. You know, like that guy. His is a little bit more deep than I think I would like to go. You know, but then, you know, you have John Bernthal, and he could go over and talk about, you know, I really like his voice. I really think I could do his fairly well. It really depends on what you want to do, what character. I mean, Captain America, I feel like has a lot of deeper voice than Chris Evans or like, I don't know. I would totally do one. Just let me know how you guys would like to. Do they have the tech? Not in the Vivi app, in the Vivi-verse. I don't want to say anything is possible, but in the Vivi-verse you have a... picture the Vivi-verse is having a Green Lantern ring. Yes, there are limitations. Yes, there are certain things that you can't do. Like let's say, for example, Skyrim. When you continuously drop like 7,000... you know, cheese rolls, wheels of cheese into your house, eventually it's going to crash. So much high definition stuff in one place. So I would imagine Vivi-verse would be much the same. And again, there are limits to what it can do. It will run out of juice eventually. You have some people jumping up, some people doing to the right, like Rick did in when he escaped like the metaverse, when he escaped what he was in. But I would say yes, if you go on and... I mean, even David said he wants to incorporate ChatGPT into there. I don't think they would just be lines. I'm pretty sure they would have some type of audio. Because again, ChatGPT is just one part of it. Then you go on and have like... Have you ever heard Cartman sing, you didn't have to cut me out? You know, like that. Like, just go on TikTok and TikTok Cartman AI cover. I think my favorite one is... Wake me up inside. You know, that one with Evanescence. I think if you can think it, you should be able to do it at some point. Is that going to happen right away? No, the home space is just your home. You're going to have... I don't know if I can say what you can have. You can have certain things, though. And then as things roll out, as you continuously get the not the dog cost hours, the downloadable content, which will be phase 2, 3, 4, etc., you should be able to do something like that. Anywho, moving on. So OMI on the day is down about 1.7%. So it's the second day that it is kind of dipping. We are at 1.3 million in volume. We only had about, I think, less than a million yesterday. So to have 1.3 million volume today, I'm okay with. We actually did go up a little bit. We were down, way down. If I could find it, I'll show you. We were down to 00095. That was, you know, have a nice little heartbeat there. We're down to 00095. Obviously, if you go back 7 days ago, we're still much higher than we were. where do we continuously go? Again, it seems like even the last time when we had a kind of a major dip, it didn't go below 001, and even this time it did, but it only did for a short amount of time, and then we kind of went up, recovered from that, and now we're at 00101. But that being said, we are kind of decoupled from the market. You do have because was it Gary? I mean, Elon Musk had something as well, but you had SEC takes action. Okay, no, that's the lawsuits. Courtside. Let me see if this is it. Yes, court sides with Grayscale in closely watched Bitcoin ETF case. So this is something that really caused the rest of the market to kind of go up, and you can really see that OMI is not really attached to Bitcoin and the rest of the market at all because everything else is up. Bitcoin up 6.5%, ETH up 5%, BNB and XRP up over 4% each. Lido and Dogecoin are up over 5%, and Cardano up 3%. So in the top 10, the lowest performer was Cardano, up 3.4% on the day. And then some of them go really crazy. You have Bitcoin Cash up 20%. Then you have Ethereum Classic up 7.8%. So yeah, some of them, like I said, go crazy. XDC Network, I don't even know what that is, 13.6%. Stacks is 13.8%. Yeah, so a lot of the top 100, honestly, most of the top 100 is up. eCash is 9.8%. Thorchain, again, not sure, 11.4%. So you do have a lot of gainers. And honestly, I think OMI could outbeat, obviously in the long term over the next year or two, could outbeat most of these guys. I think OMI becomes a top 20 coin. It could potentially even be higher, but let's take a look at the market caps of these. And again, this is bear market, but some of these market caps, like to get a market cap in the top 10, it's 9 billion. Now, obviously, in a bull market, that's going to be much, much higher. But yeah, I could picture OMI being in the top 20. Anywho, moving on here. Where was I? Oh yeah, so one of the other pairing, we do have a new pairing. It is, I'm trying to see where it is. Yeah, so on OpenOcean, I have zero idea what OpenOcean is. I've never used it before. I'm not sure I know anyone that's used it. But if you see down there on the pair, it says OMI and Floki. So you could actually trade your Floki coin for more OMI. It is currently 100 Floki will equal 1.6987 OMI. So again, if you want a pair and you want to trade it on something that's not USDT, you can do it, but it's going to be in Floki. So if you have some and you have OpenOcean, YOLO, and you want to do it, I'd be like, oh yeah, go for it. That's fine. This type of thing is going to happen more and more. Obviously, no, I don't think anyone knows what OpenOcean is. I don't think anyone knows. Is Floki even on the top 100? I haven't even checked this. This was because Elon Musk got a Doge. It's 167. So we're way ahead of Floki. It's up 6.4% on the day. Has 8 million in trading volume. It's wild. It's number 167. Has like almost 8 times. Has about 7x the trading volume that we do. It's actually not a bad looking chart over the last day for Floki. How's it? What's the max? Oh Jesus! In 2021, it spiked like, oh god, what is that? Like a 10x, like really quickly, and then just been long way down. Anyway, the only reason I do bring up the Floki is just because you can now trade it for OMI on that Ocean. So we are going to move on. Yesterday, what did I do? Okay, so we had the live stream, and then I was streaming also with Around the Vivi-verse. Okay, that's cool. Animated. So we'll go over some of the Vivi news that we have. Quote Randy, hope. Okay, yep. Sure thing. Hot take. Crypto Crayon had posted saying, one day Miss Minutes will be randomly programmed with AI and following you around the Vivi-verse, asking and answering your questions. And again, if you incorporate AI into it, and then you have Tara Strong AI's voice, I think that would be fun. Brock McBlockchain says, if they don't, I will. Vivi-verse butlers and assistants helping your guests with a tour or helping you control your space more easily. Get ready for AI-based imaginary friends, but everyone can see them as well. So again, even if Vivi didn't have the foresight or it wasn't important enough for them to make it a priority right now, Brock McBlockchain has got you. He says, don't worry, I will do it. So if there is a need, Brock McBlockchain will fill that need. OMI goes on and posts, not sure how to buy OMI tokens? Check out the token portal to learn how to safely buy and store your crypto, or deposit them to the web wallet to earn MCP points. So they've been posting a bit about that. Vivi Viral had posted, oh yeah, next year you'll be able to do X, Y, and Z, and Akomi had responded, yep. To get ones, okay. Comics and crypto, oh, never mind. Um, Moving on the Vivi feed, you had somebody get a number 385 secret rare Spider-Man. The floor on that is now $6,500. So assuming they spent about anywhere between 6K and 6,200, good for them. And I don't know who got it, but it was someone that was not even ranked in like the top couple thousand. It's just to a random Immutascan address. Someone that we don't know who it is. Okay, the points. We are currently down to 1,000 points, and this might change by the time this stream is over. I will be streaming for however long y'all want me to. It's an open-ended stream. Let's do 6 hours. Let's do it, boys. This open-ended stream could go for whatever, but we'll be making an OMI watch party. But currently, as of yesterday, the amount of MCP points you get every single day for having 10 million OMI 4 days ago was 1,700. Then like 1,600, then 1,200, now 1,000. So now, X amount of days later, now it's only 1,000. And I did a poll yesterday. Let's see what the results of that were, and I'll see how many people voted. If only like 100 people voted, it's not gonna be a fair poll. But I posted, okay, a couple hundred people. New Vivi MCP update: having 10 million OMI in the app now gets you 1,000 points per day. How many points should we get for 10 million OMI? 500 or less. 501 to 700, 701 to 900, and 901 to 1,000. I didn't put more than 1,000 just because we're already at 1,000 going on a downtrend, so we're probably going to be lower. So out of the 381 votes, it's really not a lot of votes. I was hoping to get more. So take this with a grain of salt. 31% chose 500 or less. Okay. 22% chose between that 501 and 700. 13% chose 701 to 900. That's the one that I would vote for because I think 750 is an appropriate amount. And then you have 35% voted for 900 to 1,000. So it seems like you do have the outliers of the super low, 500 or less, and the 901 to 1,000 that people really like. I think a little bit more fair, people said the 501 to 700, 1/5 of them. But people do not like my idea of 750 because 701 to 900, not. But again, this is only over 381 votes. It's not a lot. So yeah. Also, this week's sweepstakes is going down on X. So enter now for your chance to win. Drop an AR photo of a Vivi digital collectible next to one or more of your physical collectibles. They don't have to match, but the winners are chosen randomly. You must use the hashtag collectors@heart in your comment, tag a friend and invite them to enter, and you must be following Vivi official. And they'll pick one winner or 3 winners. 3 winners will be announced on Friday, September 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I feel like I need some honey. My throat is already destroyed. I finally went back to work for a full day today, in a whole bunch of meetings. You have any? Okay. Now where was I? Okay. Look at the SpongeBob party, doing this. Somebody else said, so this is a blast from the past. This is August of 2021. Hey, there's the shirt that Stan bought. So August of 2021, we have Chima Chakmul saying, I'm back from the future. Randy was right. So I don't know. Someone from the future said I was right. So I'm just throwing that out there. There's a puppy. There's this. All right, Vivi job listings. I didn't even post this in the title. So Vivi is, as other people are winding down, as other people are firing and cutting back and cutting costs and just straight up filing bankruptcy because they don't know how to run a heckin' business, Vivi is ever expanding, hiring an engineer manager, a senior mobile engineer, a software engineer, graphic designer, Salesforce marketing automation, a specialist, a 3D animator, a 3D modeler, and a texture artist. All of these things are remote. It seems to not, they don't care where these people live. There's like, if you can do the job, if you're competent enough at your job, if you're conscientious enough to kind of see where we're going and build in conjunction with that, they're going to want to hire you. How much they're paying, I have zero idea. But again, like, what would you rather do? Like, let's just, for example, let's say you are at, let's wind the clocks back a year, and let's just say, and I don't know what any of these people make, but let's say for a software engineer, Vivi would hire you for 90,000, and then let's say Recur would hire you for 110,000. Now, most people are just gonna be like, okay, yeah, 110, they're offering more money. But what happens when a year later, when the company you go to work for that's offering you more money, when they shut down, and then now you have to go somewhere else, and then I don't know. For me, job security is a big important thing. Part of the reason why some people in the military are just like, oh, we at war? Job security. That's why you get a couple people that are I know a few people that are uneasy when we're not at war. They can't function unless they're going on deployments every 6 months, or at least once a year, and that's if they don't extend. But anyway, you have a couple of these people that I don't know what they're making, but I think where you work matters. And I mean, if you, let's say I was an engineer and I wanted, let's say I had an offer from Ford for 175,000 a year, or an offer from Tesla at 125, there is no better place to go. I mean, I don't want to, I don't, there's a reason why all of the engineers every single year, the top two places graduating engineers in the US want to go to is SpaceX or Tesla. If you want to be the best, you have to learn from the best. And so they have their pick of the litter, and like nobody is pumped to go work at Ford. Nobody's pumped to go work at GM. Why? Because the better company is Tesla or SpaceX. Now, same thing with this. Like, you're going to have a bunch of people, a bunch of these software engineers, graphic designers that are getting into this space because they're forward thinking. They think it's the future. They might even microdose. And they'll say, okay, I could go and make maybe a little more money somewhere else. It doesn't matter. And for all I know, Vivi could be going and paying top dollar now. I don't know. But I think Vivi's going to have their pick of the litter. All these other companies, it just, how long are they going to be around? Hopefully, with the exception of Cryptoys, I'm really hoping they go and, they flourish now that they have Disney. I don't know when that drop is where they're doing the Pluto and Mickey and Minnie. So I'm hoping that soon. I'm hoping they get some more revenue and that they can go and maybe get more licenses. They can drop more content more consistently. Get a marketplace open. They can get them sweet fees, and then eventually open up the metaverse and then have people play with them. That might take a while though, but marketplace first. It's Vivi at some point will go and have their pick of the litter, and they might even be having something like that now because learning from, I mean, just watch, listen to other people's. Trying to think. Lori Brenner, I imagine, has interviewed most other people in this business. Lori Brenner has gone on her Queen's Court on the Twitter Spaces, has interviewed a lot of CEOs, a lot of CMOs, a lot of CBOs, everyone in here. Compare those people's answers, compare their passion, compare their how they answer questions with how David answers questions. God, that's not even a hard call. Like, this is people are starting to see that. I mean, and if you're going to invest in a certain company, if you're going to invest in a certain, especially a company with a token, you're going to, if I had just learned about Vivi right now, I wouldn't invest right away. I would have to watch, and like, let's say my name is Bob Furness. I don't know. And, okay, well, I have to see all the interviews that David's done the last couple years. And, okay, well, Randy Chavez, he's got a few. And then that dude, Christian Lark, okay, he has one. And then, David Yu has been on Lori Brenner's Space a couple times. Okay, that's cool. I would listen. I would take a couple days. I would listen to all those interviews. I'd look at the competition. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any of like these bottom lines here, or we don't have any of the. They're a private company, so we don't know what the line items are. We don't know what else Vivi has been doing with their funds. We know they have in excess of funds. What are they doing with it? I know they have to pay for the Vivi-verse, and I know they have to pay their people. They're always constantly hiring. They're expanding. But do they own anything else? Do they own part of Square Enix? Do they own part of another company that might be their competition? I mean, if you guys remember 20 years ago, you had when Steve Jobs went to Bill Gates, so Bill Gates could like bail out Apple, and everyone's like boo boo, and it's like what are you thinking? Like, Bill Gates did that because the government consistently tried to call him a monopoly. And he's just like, well, I'm literally propping up my competition. How the fudge am I a monopoly? And I'm not saying Bill Gates is like the David, or David's like the Bill Gates of this. I think he's more like the Elon Musk of digital collecting. It's very disruptive. but you know, as kind of want to drive the point home, they're growing in a meaningful way. They're not just hiring 1 or 2 people. This is 9 people, and they're all pretty. These all seem pretty good. Anywho, moving on. Yep, Grayscale wins lawsuit against SEC. Huzzah for them. I will be interviewing the team from Bumper on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep, do that. BG, all right, faces, okay. All right, moving on. Crypto Rain and Dr. Stuff have been big proponents of Bump. Here's their chart from before. I can't wait to interview them. That'll be a good one. The people at my the building that the building that I work in, someone got caught in the elevator. So not caught, they got stuck. So the fire department was there. Like the person was like freaking out. I just took a photo. I was like, oh God, this is happening. Never a dull moment. My good friend who's been on the podcast, Daniel Hardwick, was my mentor in the high risk lending business. If you go on my Facebook, you'll see something that I post. Thriving in sales, conquering rejection, harnessing the law of averages, and attaining success. He goes on and posts about that. He's very, very good at what he does. All right, Alex G, Reverend Alex G, coming in saying, happy Tuesday. A few random things this morning. MCP points, including those earned by holding OMI, will consistently be reviewed, adjusted, and balanced to ensure accuracy. This has gone on for the past 4 days. Every single day. I'm sure it'll happen in the next couple hours as well. Some of those adjustments should be visible this morning. Shout out to O'Milly Tees for his new week, this week in Vivi space. Shout out to MarketSmart on continuing to churn out solid articles on GoCollect. More on GoCollect in a minute. We understand that people would like transfers back, but we need to make sure any such functionality is airtight to prevent fraud, money laundering, etc. Please collect on your own account to complete sets for now, per the terms of use. And then take time to check in on friends and loved ones regularly. Tomorrow is not promised. And shout out to Sparky Bango, just because she's a mod over on Discord, so I imagine he has a good relationship with all of them. Anywho, okay, so one of my whales did go and send out. He bought like 900,000 OMI. He has a good amount. It's got like 28 something, between 28 and 28.5 million. He'll be getting more. He has a full Bitcoin. I've been trying to get him to be like, hey, Bitcoin just shut up. You want to get a little bit more into OMI? He's like, no, a little bit at a time. If he had done what I said prior, he would have had a lot more, because I've been having him buy consistently for a couple months now, and I'm like a god to him right now because he bought at the lows 00055 to through 00066. Like in those areas is the bulk of his buys. So he's a very happy camper. Moving on. And then he also bought a sub 100 set of the Frozen characters. I told him to go get make sure you're going to be awake at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, because that's when we have the Avengers drop. That is a Grail comic. Cannot wait for that. Everything should be over retail. We have Chinoy Evans going and saying, hey, I have Werewolf by Night number 32. I have 66 of them. Hey, Randy Chavez, only 3 away from the 6.9. Everyone comment nice down below with 69. If you are confused about how to go and bridge your OMI and the videos just aren't clicking and people's descriptions or articles just aren't clicking, the Akomi Bridging Live demonstration is on 31 August at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is a Thursday. They will be doing that. So, yes. On top of that, so there is a new... Do I even see this anywhere? Can I even show this? There is a new Disney Accelerator program. And let's see if I can... Well, it's not a new one, but let me just kind of show you why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a hall. Right, so it looks... Oh, wow, you have a Star Wars ship over there. You have Buzz Lightyear over in front of one of the parks. You have Minnie Mouse inside of someone's phone. I don't know what that says because I'm looking in reverse. And it looks like they have a contact lens where as soon as the contact lens is gone and put in, they go and there's a C-3PO over there. As soon as the contact lens is put in, it looks like you're able to go and do stuff in AR via the contact lens. And then you're seeing like a big giant staircase. Now, I don't think that's the home space. I think this is just something that they're doing in general. You see music on there as well. So when you go and see music on there, oh, what is one of the next verticals that Vivi might do? Well, we're thinking music. Um, and this just kind of goes to show that Disney's all in on this. They're all in on Web3. They're all in on the metaverse. They're all in on these. Like, this is the future. And you can't tell me that it's not. And when you go and you think, okay, if Disney's all in on this, on how much time are they going to spend? How much money are they going to spend? How much product are they going to go? And this Flickr thing we saw previously, how much product are they going to put out there? I mean, they're already on Cryptoys. What exactly are they going to look? But again, this is why I think first appearances really means a lot, especially first appearances on Vivi. First appearances on other things might not be very coveted in the future, but first appearances on Vivi, because it's the biggest platform and will continue to do so. Again, winning the decade. Oh, my arm's getting tired. Yeah, like I said, first appearances are going to be insane. And also, when you take a look at some of the, not just the first appearance, like let's say you have first appearance Captain America, it's 28,000 of those. But what about first appearance of Ant-Man? Well, there's only 4,200 of those. And obviously Captain America is, a lot more popular and a lot more coveted, but some of these mint numbers, guys, they're stupid low. They're stupid scarce. You think they're going to have Marvel Mighties with 4,200 as their common? Like, that's the most amount of Mighties there are for any one thing when we have 500,000 users? No. That's only less than 1% of those 500,000 users would be able to go and get an Ant-Man or a Queen Ramonda or an M'Baku or again, any one of these things, like a Peter Quill. These things are stupid scarce. And that's just something like a Marvel Mighty, where it looks a little chibi. When you're talking about first appearances of like Moana or all the things in Encanto or freaking Simba, there's what, like less than 4,000 of him? And he's $40? That's freaking stupid. That's stupid. Y'all, not y'all, but a lot of people are stupid. Like, that's first appearance Simba on the blockchain. It's really cool. He roars. Rafiki's $20, and I don't know. Rafiki's awesome. Scars, like all of these major things. First appearance Anna, Olaf. It's not a first appearance also that we have. I mean, we do have them in the Golden Moments. These are stupid scarce for how many people are going to be here. Anywho, let me move on from that. I have a buddy of mine that writes, Accelerated Program Vid is a strong reason why I mostly bet on first evers, eventually 3D AR versions of these characters, blah, blah, blah. Turn out historic limited edition pieces. Yep, okay. Disney knows what's coming next, guys. All right, next, Tinkerbell. Presented as she first appeared in Walt Disney's animated studios, animated classic Peter Pan, Tinkerbell arrives on Vivi. So there are 3 digital collectibles. I don't know. She looks a little weird too. I think she looks a little weird. I typically don't like Peter Pan. I like Hook. I like Dustin Hoffman. I like Robin Williams. I think Glenn Close is actually in that movie as a man. It was really interesting. We already have a Hook in the Disney villains. I would not mind another Hook. So Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and Hook are the 3 main ones that you want out of there. You could get the clock from there. You could get Wendy. You could get the kids. You could get the crocodile. Like, you could get. Could you imagine if you get like Robin Williams' checkbook from that movie? There's a bunch of different things that you could get. And again, I typically don't like that series, but Tinkerbell is like one of the most popular Disney characters, like, of all time. Many girls that I have courted in my day are the ones that they like Tinkerbell, and it's even if they didn't necessarily like Disney. Oh, Tinkerbell. Is like, oh, all right, guess you're one of those. So I think this will be very big in the future. Obviously, 99% of you who watch me are men. The other 1%. Do we need? I don't know. I think people will get this for their daughters, for their girlfriends, whatever. Moving on. Oh, was that it? Oh, shoot. I think that was it. Oh my God, why can't I do this? Okay. No, that was not it. Oh no, that was it. Okay. And then one more thing over on the bigger picture. So Elon Musk, his Twitter or X is granted license for cryptocurrency payments in major win for the platform. Elon Musk starts building a crypto wallet. What's he going to use on there? I think it's safe to say that he will use Doge. My hips. Oh, there we go. Stretch the back. So I think it's safe to say that he'll use Doge. And Bitcoin and ETH. If we do have a partnership with Elon Musk that has been hinted and teased, oh God, it's over. I mean, I don't expect him to use OMI, but even just any type of partnership. Oh, we have SpaceX. Oh, we have Boring. Oh, we have Neuralink. I don't care what it is. If it's anything Elon Musk, I want it. Just because that's really, really good for the space in general. X platform from a no sort. Yep, I did that. I mean, there's a whole bunch to go over on it, but I've already been talking for 30 minutes. I don't want to go too long. And then we have courtside. Okay, that was it. We're done. We'll go to the comments right now. Turtle says, "Let's go. Let's get that bread. I love this game." Turtle says, "Thanks for keeping the content rolling, Randy." Yeah. There's I imagine there's other people making content a lot of days. Every day, you have something, whether it's from like my collectibles or Sleep In or Foster. Mark Hunt does a video like once a year, but there's always someone making a video somewhere at some point. Danny the Bull, Dan Lee, what have you. And I'll go and I'll say that even when the bull run starts to kick back off, even in the next couple months as more and more people come back, and people are doing this all the time, I'll still do it every day. Because I mean, you could have two different people covering the same topics and they'll just have different interpretations of it. So I really like that. Zach R says first, Turtle beat you, but you're close. You're close. Joy Evans says, "What up, Randy? I'm getting 600 MCP points for 6 million OMI. Is that correct?" I guess. I mean, if I'm getting 1,000 for 10 million OMI, then yeah, that seems fine. Duck and Cover says, "Ooh, this should be good." Akomi Skywalker says fire. SoCal Omi Homie says 6th. Dang. Hello, fellow D-Gens and legends. Why, hello, sir. Hope you're doing all right. I'm good and feeling all right. Ginferno says howdy. Hope all are well. I hope you're well too, Ginferno. Love you, man. Connor says hello, fam. How's it going, Connor? I heart you also. Stan, thank you so much for the super chat saying, does Vivi have the tech to integrate audiobook narration into super chats, or not into super chats, into comic books with sound effects? Would you narrate? I would totally narrate if someone would let me. The tech, I don't know if it's there or not. Even if it is there, I don't think it would be in the first iteration of the Vivi-verse. I think that would be like the third or fourth iteration of the downloadable content. But I don't see why they couldn't do that at some point. Or if they couldn't do it, someone else could do that at some point as well. Captain Kurt says, "Good day, Randy." Good day, Captain Kurt. Kurt Angle. Kurt Lang says, "What's cooking? What's cooking, Randy?" Yo, what's good, Kurt? Different Kurt, not Captain Kurt. Kurt Lang. Cooking a lot of stuff. Cooking ways to try to make more moolah in order to go and get this OMI bread. Stan says, "Thanks for the shirt. Let's get this bread." Yeah. No problem. Let me know when it gets there. Let me know how you like it. It's musky, sartorial charm. Michael James says, "Top of the day to you, Randy. Love that they corrected the uncommon comic MCP path." Yeah, I heard a lot about that, but I don't think I got any extra points for that because... Oh, was it common and uncommon or just uncommon? If it's just uncommon, I wouldn't get anything for that. If it's common, I would, but most of my 506 comics are common. 506 comics. I think Vivi Magic makes fun of me the other day. Because Vivi Meister was on. I was like, "Oh, I have 500 comics. How much do you think it's worth?" He's like, "Oh, probably a lot. You're probably trying to flex." And the vault value is $1,000. So Vivi Magic's like, "I have 3 times your value with only 300 comics." Vivi Magic's awesome. Love her. She just had her birthday recently. Sunday? I think it was Sunday. Yeah, 2 days ago. D'Angelo the physicist says, "Oh, meow, Schrodinger's cat. Kitty in a box." Rad G says, "Randy, how much OMI do you think would be in the app in 2024 to 2025 bull market? And when do you think will be the land sale? And how many pieces of land and what price per piece?" Okay, so we're gonna have to take a little sip of water for this. 2024, 2025. I would say, well, there's already like 11, 12 billion in there right now, not including the stuff in the reserve wallet or vault. I mean, Dr. Profit thinks there could be like 30 billion, which is a ton. Like, that's a lot of OMI. But if people want to get the MCP points, because they know how valuable, like, again, it's not like you're going and paying for it. And what I mean by that is like, you're not going and saying, okay, let's say gas for a car. You have to pay for that every single time. Picture gas for a car as bronze tickets. You pay for that to where you want to go. Where do you want to go? You want to go and be guaranteed that drop. So you pay your gas, for your car, or your OMI for MCP tickets, for bronze tickets, and it gets you to where you want to go, which is a reservation for that particular collectible. And that'll happen multiple times per year. But then you could do something. Oh, well, what if I get an electric vehicle where I pay for it once? I have to pay a whole lot of money for this vehicle, and that would be the staking of 10, or the holding of 10 million OMI, which right now is about $11,000. So it's a lot. They do that, and then what happens? Well, they get MCP points every single day, and that continuously happens every day. And eventually, over the course of a couple weeks or months, you could have enough points to not guarantee you, nothing's guaranteed, but to really solidify high chances of getting picked for that MCP reward tickets. So you can go and guarantee yourself a collectible. And I think that a lot of people will choose to look at it. A lot of wealthy people, a lot of people who have been around the block, not first-time investors. First-time investors would not do this, most likely. These would be from big people that know, one, they just want to have fun, like Q, Cyndi Lauper's, that hit song girls just want to have fun, because they want to go and, it's exciting, and it's a family thing, and you can go and, all right, let's all go for the drop. It's exciting. It gives you something to talk about with your friends and maybe a strange family that you're now talking to. I had a few guys at Decon tell me about that. Anyway, they pay for 10 million OMI, and right now it's a 5-figure thing. But eventually they know, probably going to be a 6-figure thing for 10 million OMI. So I'll get the 10 million now. I'll go and I'll accumulate these MCP points. And at some point when I sell, it's going to be a lot higher than what I bought it for, most likely. I would say that you could potentially have. I think Dr. Profit's 30 billion might be conservative when he says that 30 billion OMI could be locked up on the app. I think that eventually, as people realize this, if I pay this $10,000, or let's say it doesn't happen until the end of the year where OMI's 003, there's going to be people that'll pay $30,000 to get that OMI. They'll bridge it over here, and they'll get those MCP points, because then they're like, okay, well, now I don't have to spend OMI each time. It's like starting a new job or opening a new business across the street from a deli. Hey, let's start a tab with them. This way we don't always have to pay cash. And you start the tab, and then, every week or so, a couple weeks, month, whatever, you pay it off. That's what these people would do. Be like, okay, let's start a tab. Let's just buy the OMI outright, put it on there. So this way, every single week, we don't have to consistently transfer OMI and pay OMI for these bronze tickets. We could just use the MCP points for it. And that people will do that, because again, it's not like they have to go and they pay it once and then that's it, and then it's lost. We pay a certain amount for this. They do, but they can go and sell that at any time, and again, most likely for that big profit. So I could picture actually like 50 billion going into this app at some point. And when it does, it's like, Jesus, that's a lot. I figure the $310 billion mark, $310 billion in the circulating supply, that's 1/6 of the amount that's going to be on the app, most likely. Again, just my opinion, but that's only part of your question. You're going to say, and when do you think will be the land sale? It's either going to be late next year or in early 2025. I don't think that would happen for quite some time. Again, we don't have it out yet. I mean, some people have it. Most of the people will have Vivi-verse in by the end of the year, end of 2023. I'm also going to go, and as I get to this question, oh my God, I hate this. Okay, there we go. As I get to this question, I'm going to go to my channel, and I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. The flavor being looking at this video and then smashing that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Smash it. Non-free ways, picture. Oh, you know. All right, moving on. Yeah, land sale. They have Vivi-verse to everyone by the end of the year, while they also have bronze tickets to be available for sale. Then I think next quarter you could have OMI to accessory, or in Q1 you could have OMI to accessory, uh, and then uh, and then you could probably have OMI to gem. I would say by Q2 of next year. Once you have that, I think we could go do. I think we could go do land sale the end of next year. Super chat coming in from Akomi Skywalker. Thank you so much for the cake. Oh, thank you so much. You mean the world to me. Um, yeah. I, Once we get those things where we have the gem liquidity pool, we have OMI to gem, and things really start cooking, I would say give us end of next year. I think land sale would happen. But then, not your only question. How many pieces of land there are? So I wish that they would have not an unlimited amount, but I wish they would have. Dan had said before, there's going to be a finite amount of land, and I think it should be big enough. I want it to be big enough that not everyone can get a piece of land, but well, everyone here right now, I don't know, the what, 30,000 monthly active wallets each month. I think everyone here should be able to get a piece. And I'm not saying that because I want to be all like communist, oh, everyone should get their fair share of land. No, I don't mean that. I mean that we should have 30,000 plots of land, not necessarily for the people that are here now, but for the millions that are going to be here in the future. So you want a lot of it, and then eventually it'll get bought up and it'll be seen as super, super scarce. And obviously some land will be better than others, but so you'll be able to do a lot on that land. But I think that would get people to FOMO in right now. The value of that land would go up steadily over time as more and more people got in. Um, I think that would be perfect. But I was going over with someone this the other day. Terra Virtua, I think they did like 72 million in a land sale, and they did that like to raise money. So, okay, well, what can Vivi do? Didn't Vivi say that the land sale was just going to burn OMI? Yes, but listen, if you have an opportunity for Vivi to make money, like Vivi can do it a bunch of different ways. They can continue doing drops, which they'll keep doing anyway, because revenue. They could go and raise money at, I don't know, $2.5 billion valuation, and let's say I wouldn't want them to sell 10% of the company, but let's say they sell 5% of the company. Let's say what's $2.5 billion. Okay, so 10% of that would be 250 million. So at 5%, they raise $125 million. I think that would be okay, but if you don't want them to sell a part of the company, if you just want them to go and raise it, I say, okay, do a land sale, clear 150 million and burn half of it. Have 75, yeah, say like this, 75 or 50% can be bought with OMI, the other will be bought with gems. And the stuff that's bought in OMI will be burned, and yeah, and they'll have the sale in OMI first. Like, okay, we're going to do the OMI sale first for this land, and how much buys it, all that gets burned. And then secondary, all right, you could buy it in gems or ETH or any other crypto. You could do that. Or they could just do, hey, we accept gems, we accept ETH, we accept Bitcoin and OMI. But let's say OMI, the rest of it, let's say Bitcoin has a whole bunch of fees, and ETH has a whole bunch of fees, and Gem has a whole bunch of fees. But then OMI not only doesn't have any fees, but it saves you a little bit of money, like 1%. I think you'd be heavily incentivized to go and use OMI for this stuff. But even if they go and they raise 150 million and 75 million is burnt, that's 75 billion OMI. That's taken, and that's at the price now. Obviously, in a year from now, that's only 7.5 billion that would be burned, because I think the price would be at least a penny at that point. But again, who knows? And you could play with those numbers. Let's say it is at a penny, and they just do 100 million. Okay, well that's 10 billion OMI that's burned if they burn everything. So you can play with the numbers as much as you want, but that's what I think the price would be about the land sale. That's how much I think they could go invest. I think 30,000 land plots is fine. And if, let's say, again, part of the reason I want so little land plots is because, like I said, when you have hundreds of thousands and millions of people here that want land, if I'm able to go and spend a bunch of my OMI and the land price is, what it is now, it'll do a 10x in the future. Because you're not just going to have individuals be buying. Again, The reason why I think people are using Bezos is because Bezos, they don't have KYB yet. Once they have KYB, you're gonna see a lot of businesses, a lot of hedge funds, a lot of mutual funds come in here, and that's why I'm worried about the gold and silver logo. That's why I'm trying to get people to buy that gold and silver logo now, because eventually people will figure out the true value of that, and they'll go and they'll, seats at baseball games, boxes at baseball and football stadiums. They're mostly not owned by people. Maybe if you have a super high net worth, but for the most part, that's just owned by things like, I know White Castle has one. I know it's a bunch of corporations that have it. Anywho, moving on. And the price per piece of land, I don't know. I ideally like a blind box type of deal. Because then if it's just, hey, here's the stuff around VV City, here's the stuff around the IP branded worlds, I think that goes, obviously it's going to be like a blind box, or like not a blind box. If you do that, remember how Secret Rare Spider-Man was $400, Ultra Rare was like $250, the Rare was $100, et cetera, et cetera. I think that if they do it like that, everyone's just going to go for the land right next to the major metropolis first, and then they'll go for the next land and next and next and next. I would very much like it if it was a blind box. So this way it's fair. I buy something and I get, swampland out in the ass end of nowhere. And Foster Hilt goes and he gets land and he gets it right, like he gets the primo spot. I think that's fair, because it doesn't, because if it goes just by money, if it goes just by, okay, most of these pieces of land are $100, but these pieces of land are $1,000. The people that just don't have that money, if they're not going to be able to get it at retail, they're not going to be able to get it at the prices that they're going to go for in the future. But let's do this math real quick. 30,000, times 100, that's only $3 million. So let's say 50,000, and we make it 500 a piece. 25 million, it's still not a lot. It's not going to be 1,000 a piece, will it? I don't know how the heck Terra Virtual raised that much money. Anywho, we can play with the numbers later. A business say, I know everyone you named, LOL, I own a couple of them. Wait, what was I naming? What was I naming before? What was I naming? What was that, 607? What was I naming 40 minutes ago? I have no idea. Sleepin' Comics is Sleepin'. Oh, Sleepin', you're always coming in and commenting. I love you, man. I heart you so much, bro. Can't wait to hug you and squeeze you. Latrice, give me that heart with the O. What's up, Latrice? How's it going, fam? Hope you're doing. Who'd be texting me? Ooh. Not sure what it means. Oh, nice. So, my guy, I won't mention who he is. He has one collectible and is a master collector because he has 911 points per day. He's at level 10. I love this. And obviously, he's not going to continue being a master collector all the time. And he doesn't just have 10 million on it. He has a lot more than that. I don't know what collectible he has. Very, very, very... Oh, I told him to get the gold and silver logo. He hasn't yet. But yeah, obviously, so you're getting, I guess, 911 per day. That's going to come down. How much? I don't know. 850, 800, 600, 350. I think it has to be enough where you're incentivized to do it. If you don't have OMI, why would you go and spend $10,000 just to get 350 points a day? It's got to be worth more, in my opinion. Moving on. G-Flow says, people are calling for $1 OMI again. Thoughts? Yeah, but the thesis hasn't changed. Nothing has changed that would make me think that OMI would be probable in 2025. I think by 2029 we get $1. Sure, yeah, that's doable. It's pretty not easy, but will probably happen. I've called that for years. I've called $10 OMI at like mid to late 2030s. I've called that. Cavell did say $10 OMI first, but let's face it, I don't think he had any math to back that claim up, whereas I did the math, and like I said, it's possible at that point. Moving on. But again, like Crypto Rain has said a couple of times on my stream and Tap's trade stream that in the next bull run, OMI could get to $1 because people don't care about market cap. People don't care about where they just buy at the top and they're like, yo, let's pump it to $1. And I mean, fair point. Like, remember when a whole bunch of Redditors took GameStop and took it to the moon? Remember when they went on Wall Street bets and they were just like, look at all these disgusting Wall Street mofos going in and making, millions of dollars, and they just pumped it. They looked at all these shorts. There were more short options on GameStop than there was actual shares. So everyone's like, we're just going to buy this the heck up. They bought it. Everyone got squeezed, forced them to either cover, to buy more shares, to hold the short. And there's some people that lost millions of dollars on that. And there's some people that made millions over on Reddit. And then like, okay, let's do this. Let's do this with movie theaters. Let's do it with AMC. I think something like that could potentially happen with OMI just because it's a meme type. It can become a meme type of thing. Now, am I endorsing $1 this next bull run? No. Most likely that does not happen. Most likely we don't even get 30 to 50 cents, which is my golden goose scenario. My bull case scenario is that 15 to 20 cents, that if everything goes right the way that we think it could, opposite of Murphy's Law, where everything that could go wrong does go wrong, I think the bull market, my bull case for that is 15, 20 cents, but my base case is 10 cents. God's Entry, who's been one of Vivi and Akomi's biggest critic, biggest bear, biggest fudder, had literally came on the stream the other day, not actually on the stream, he's just typing, but he had said, hey, I think we 50 to 75x from here. And we were at like 1.2 cents. So I was like, okay, so he thinks 6 to 8 cents, 9 cents. I think that's a little conservative for me, but he called triple zeros well before I thought we would get to triple zeros. Now he called 0004 and we never got there, but he at least called it down this low. So he's very good at what he does. 99 red balloon. Sorry, 99 crypto says, what about the SEC saying NFTs as security? Oh, people really need to stop just listening to the headlines. Okay, so the SEC is not suing. Oh, yeah, I guess it's Tom Bailey with a lawsuit saying that, hey, what you're purporting in your NFT project is considered a security because you're promising results, you're promising profits, and you're promising all of this stuff, and that's not what you should be doing. So if you're going to promise all of this, then yes, you're trading a security. And yes, like when he's saying this is like investing in, Apple and Disney all at the beginning, like, yes, he kind of put his foot in his mouth. Vivi, on the other hand, has never said any such thing, saying, oh yeah, we're going to, buy this and you're going to be a millionaire. No, Vivi has never said that. So no, Vivi is 100% safe. If the SEC goes and say, hey, these are considered securities for X, Y, and Z, it's because of cases like that. But Vivi will be conspicuously absent in any mention. Super chat coming in from Aldous Havley saying, free piece of premium land for logo holders, but the land follows the logo if you sell it. Oh, so Aldous Havley, sorry, hold on, I gotta step up. Oh God, my back. I gotta bring up the pants. At night. Okay, so Aldous Havley's bringing up what was in the OMI development roadmap not that long ago, where yes, it did say if you had a gold and silver logo, you will get 1 gold ticket per year, and you can use that to redeem a piece of land. So maybe we'd have like 100,000 plots of land because you have 500 logos, but that being said, there's only maybe 400 or so out there. I know they have a couple cards left, but 400 or so that are out there. There's multiple people that I know that have multiples. I have 2. I think Sanjay has 2. I know my friend Ernie has 2. My friend Mike, I think, has 1 or 2. But there's a couple people that have multiple because this is Vivi's version of Club 33. Disney has that where, yeah, you have to pay. All right, picture this. You have to pay, what, $30,000? $33,000 to get into Club 33. They charge you every single year for it again. And a lot of what it is, hey, here's some exclusive stuff that you can only get if you're in the club, sure, but it's just more stuff to buy. And this stuff it's not more stuff to buy, it's more stuff that's gifted to you every single year. Whether it is redemption codes that you can redeem on the app for cool NFTs, it is land, it is invites to these parties, it's to be able to get person time with David and Dan. So what Aldous is saying, he's not just like, oh, I'm recommending this. This is something that was already discussed. Much of which, I would say 70% of that OMI development roadmap is sticking to it. Like, we are going to stick with that into the loyalty program. And Aldous is putting his own little twist, saying, but if you sell the logo, the land follows it, which I think is really, really interesting. But I don't think, I mean, I guess that could be essentially your deed. And if you sell the deed, oh, okay, now you sell the land. I could picture something like that. Keep that within the family, and that will disincentivize people from selling their logo as well. Again, David doesn't want the logos to be sold. That's why you can't find it in the app. You can. It's very hard. I'll show you right now. No, I don't need that. If you go to the Vivi app and you're just on the market and you click search on the market and you type in Vivi and it says done, you see a bunch of logos, but you don't see the gold and silver logo because they want to disincentivize people from going and selling it and trading. They want people to have it. Like, that's a gift from them. Anyway, we're going to go on back to where I was. I forget where I was. Okay. Michael James. Yep. Answer that. Latrice saying, investing in Vivi was a no-brainer. The IP says it all. Agreed 100,000%, fan. Agreed 100,000%, Latrice. You're absolutely correct. I feel like Draco Malfoy whenever I say that. It's like, you're absolutely correct, Goyle. That dumb Harry Potter. Yeah, sorry. A Business says, yo, I want to buy a gold and silver logo ASAP, and you have the connections. What's the best way to contact you? Twitter. So Twitter. Go to. You could either DM me or just tag me in something, and then say like, hey Randy, I tagged you in this. Here's my Twitter name, and then I'll find it. Dino Dragon says, I'm going to apply. Oh, do it. Work for Vivi. Tell us all the secrets. But yeah, no, apply. That'd be great. Duncan Cover says, I've got a couple of mates that are 3D animators. One of them worked on Happy Feet, so pass that list on to them. Yeah, have them come. This is the future. Duncan Cover says they're down on NFTs, though, so doubt they'll apply. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're going to work... One second, guys. If you're going to work for a company and they're going to pay you money and know it's the future, I mean, they're down on NFTs. I mean, they have to be smart people if they're animators, right? If they are, yeah, they just don't understand the tech. When they do, they'll be fine with it. Omar says, hi, Randy and Dashi. Hi. Sleepin says, my common and uncommon comics are counting now. I got an extra 600 points per day. So it is commons as well, right? So it's not just the uncommons, the commons as well. I hope the commons. I didn't get anything for my commons. Oh, wow. Yay. You can't wait. Trying to find that looking to buy. Okay, so how you have to, all right, this guy's looking to buy. So go to the market tab. Scroll down a tiny bit until you see it's something brands. Popular brands. Popular brands. Hit it. Then when it takes you to a new screen, scroll all the way down until you see Vivi, hit it, then the gold and silver logo will be the first to pop up. Or if you have my profile, you can just go on my profile. I have it on there. I think it's 4,300. Let's check. I don't want to lie to him. It is 42.99. There we go. Moving on. Latrice says, hi, Sleepin'. Crazy Dan says, look at the like button and hit it as hard as you can. Smash it. Or you gently caress it. But either way is fine. Sleepin' says, hi, Latrice. Chago Sola says, hey, fam. What's up, Chago? How's it going, buddy? My man. Where are we at here? Lester Suarez says, "Hey Randy, hurricane party in Tampa. Hey ho. Price prediction short term time to buy. Okay, so Florida people are crazy. They're all having hurricane parties. There's a dude on TikTok that bought a bunch of boxes and is staying in them in the hurricane, and he's like live for it. It's wild. People are so what the people will be risking their lives for our entertainment. Anyway, only price prediction short term time. So listen, this is fine to accumulate at. Could we have a big, not a huge black swan event? I mean, that's always possible, but could the Fed continue the rate hike? Could we have a new war with the South China Sea and China and Taiwan or North Korea, like wherever? I'm sure. I'm sure that's possible. That could happen, and we could go down to back to 0005s again. You know, I don't know. Short term, I have no idea. What I do know is that we are going to get new utility every single quarter, sometimes multiple times per quarter. Excuse me. So if you go and you say, "Hey Randy, I, Lester Suarez, am going to put in $100,000 right now," you know, and what would you say? I'd be like, "Okay, well, don't put it all in at once. You know, do it in things of like 10 grand or things of like 15 grand, however much you could do, without really pumping the price." But I'd be like, "No, this is a fine place to accumulate at." Not financial advice, but I wouldn't hold it against you. And when we, you know, worst case scenario is, you know, it does dip down short term and then it goes right back up in Q4. With not just utility of points that we can't, like, again, we had this pump of with the utility is you get points that you can't use yet. What happens when all the points you're accumulating you can use, and then what happens when you're able to take OMI and burn it from the circulating supply to get these tickets? That utility is going to be, so again, every single quarter it seems like it's going to outperform the utility from the previous quarter. And which I love. So price prediction, again, I don't know. I think by the end of the year, I think 003's mighty fine. Wes says, "Why is OMI still only 1/10 of a penny, even with utility?" Well, the utility is getting points that you can't use yet. So I think that, and this is why I think we don't really have exchanges yet either, is just because they want to have more utility for the token than just what we're getting now. And maybe they want to wait until OMI is listed as a metaverse token, which of course it is already on MEXC, listed as a metaverse token. But I think they want to actually have the metaverse come out and have OMI be a part of it. So I would say exchanges by Q1 of next year, maybe Q2, because by Q1, I mean, everyone should have it by Q4. But the OMI to accessory, I think, happens in Q1 of next year. And I think that's something that, now you have a use for it inside the metaverse token, and not including the land buying, not including the, you know, additional things. So I would say, you know, that's why we have the price we have now. And again, we're still in a bear market. You know, Dragon says no exchanges, not yet, but soon. Latrice says Peter Pan, the boy who hated mothers. There was a new Peter Pan, I think, that was supposed to come out recently, wasn't there? Wasn't there? I think. Let me know. Felipe B says, no real utility yet. You can get MCP points, but you cannot do anything with it yet, so no utility in exchanges yet. I mean, it is utility, but the utility... Oh, my God, my back. Oh, fudge. But the utility, like I said, is on a scale of 1 to 10, how useful is this utility? I would say 1 right now. But obviously, if you can think ahead past the first couple weeks, past the first couple months, then it'd be like, oh, this is actually going to be really, really useful in the future, as MCP points will be scarce. Because again, they'll run out every 6 months. I think this would be very, very useful in the future. So if we're looking for a future case, then I would say like a 3 out of 10. And this is just the start. Lester Suarez says, Alligator Loki common popped 88%. Was it now at like 15? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's go to the full sets. Ooh, I have 600,000 MCP points. Very nice. How much? All right, there's my Alligator Loki. You said the common? What's common at? I'm good and feeling alright, baby. I own 202 of these items. And it is not showing me... Okay, there we go. It's only 36 in the market. And they are $13. Let's go! That's cool, man. You know what I'm going to do? No. No. I will sell one for 12 and then wait for it to go back to like $6 or $8 and then I'll buy another. SoCal Omi Homie says, what is no exchanges for a year? And we just use and burn OMI in the Vivi-verse. We would burn so much OMI if the price stays low. Like and that's they're not going to do that. But yeah, that's possible. We stay low for a while. We just burn down here. That's fine. Burn it all. Burn it all as much as you can. I've been waiting years for this. I can wait another year. We won't have to wait that long, but you know what I mean. Duck and Cover says, you going to be on Bob Sales B-Day stream? What's Bob Sales B-Day stream? I apparently not. I'm not sure who that is. Is he on Twitter? Did my Loki just sell? Somebody just buy my Loki? All right. Hold on. Okay. I have another one listed for $12.25. And this way, if that sells, I could buy 3 when they go back down to like 6 or 7. So I could sell 2 and then buy 3. Oh yeah, it's totally gonna happen. Anywho, oh, my friend found it. I found it and now see all kinds of different prices. Gold and silver is 43 hundo. And hoping that's what he also sees. And so we might get a new gold and silver logo here, holder here. Let me check for him, because he might get that bread. And if he does, I'd invite him to that Telegram chat. Yeah, get my coins, get it. Oh, that's number 472. If the next one's, yeah, I'd get the number 4300, or the number 165 for 4300. So there is one for 42.99 and a much lower mint for just 1 gem. More at 4,300. So I take that one. Yeah, I definitely take that one. All right, now where was I? Felipe B says, and OMI over 1 cent will be really difficult to reach. Nah, that'll happen sometime next year. Dino Dragon says we'll blow past 1 cent easily. Yep, agreed. Felipe B says, don't think so, but we see. Think about how many people will sell some of their bags at point. Okay, Felipe B. Let's first of all, I know a bunch of whales that are not selling at that price, but let's say for instance, we have by that time, let's say we have all the exchanges. Let's say we 100 million in volume a day, and we have a tenth of the entire supply, 30 billion OMI that needs to be sold. Okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at that. That would be about $300 million. That would need to be cross-traded in order for us to, break past the penny. Well, if we're at 100 million a day, we blow through that 30 billion OMI sell wall in 3 days. When we're down here at 1 million a day, that's obviously blowing past that. It's not going to be possible. But when we have 100 million a day, yeah, super easy. Dino Dragon says, new exchanges will provide far more volume than the crappy bit forex. Agreed. SoCal Omi says, land. Oh, my voice is gone. Lester Suarez says, OMI to the moon. Says $10 coming soon. I don't know. That seems like a lot. $10. No, not Mufasa. Wait, no. Was okay, Mufasa 305? All right, hold on. Why is he trying to buy Mufasa? All right, hold on. And why is it? Wait, 305 for 165? Okay, hold on. Mufasa is at $38. What does he want? He wants 305, 165? What? No. Why is he saying Mufasa 305? Number 165? No. The cheapest Mufasa, sub 100, only number 90 at 175. Wow, that's the cheapest sub. Also we're talking about Simba, not Mufasa. We don't have Mufasa. I guess he's talking about Simba. Okay, Akomi Skywalker saying straight fire. Janoi Evans says, why are there only 3 likes? There's 94. I mean, there's 48 likes. I would like to get up to 100 eventually. That'd be nice. SoCal says, I see 28 likes. Oh, we're at 48 now. Philly Big B says, maybe, or people on Coinbase and Binance will see the big dump at 1 cent and they'll be afraid to buy. I don't know even one VV content creator who will not sell a big part of their bag. Well, I'm not selling a big part of my bag. I will sell a small part of my bag. And you have to understand, out of the VV content creators that have OMI, I have the most. And most other people that have the VV content creators that have OMI, they have very all right. So Jordan Rees actually has more than me. I lied. Jordan Rees has like 50 million more than I do. He has a lot more. But most of the other VV content creators, they have far less than I do, and there's not like hundreds of them. There's like a couple dozen of them that have more than like 10 million maybe, and they'll sell part, sure, at a penny, but that's nothing. I know one person that has more than all of them combined, and will they sell it a little bit of a penny? Sure, I'm sure they'll even sell at 009, but many of them they're in it for the long haul because these are seasoned investors. They are not in it for a single. They're in it for a home run. They're in it for a grand slam. They're in it not to just get a small return after years. They're going hard on this. Anywho, SoCal Omi says, if you don't participate here, you probably won't in the Vivi-verse. Start practicing. Agreed. Nino Dragon says, I'm personally not selling some until 3 cents. Nice. I mean, also, I say I'm going to start selling it at 1 penny, but on the way up there, and I've noticed it the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Since OMI has gotten the utility and gone up, there's been a lot more people here. Like at the bottom of this bear market, I would have like 30 people here. Now, obviously, at the height of the last bull market, I would have 400 people here. So obviously not where we were, but it's getting better. So the revenue on YouTube and the deal, so I got a bunch of deals last time that was offered to me. Hey, we'll give you $1,000 for this or X amount for this. And I haven't taken any of them. The deals that I will get in the next year or so as OMI is on its way up there, it'll be in the thousands of dollars, and I might not need to sell. I mean, I could just sell my number 43 Luke Skywalkers in the future as, a bunch of people get in. I won't sell the logos unless I get a stupid amount, but I could sell some other stuff. And I'm not saying I won't take profit on OMI, of course I will, but maybe I don't need to take profit at a penny. Maybe I can go, it depends on what happens. Like, if we go and we get Pokemon, I'm not selling at a penny. Like, if we go and we have, I don't know, like the lands, like, it depends what we're doing. It depends how much we're burning. If we get like an Elon Musk partnership at any way, not selling at a penny. Because this thing will blow up overnight. Anywho, moving on. Jimbo Lilingo says, hello, Master Randy. Hi, Jimbo Lilingo. Akomi Skywalker saying, Cavell says $10 OMI, though. Well, again, that will happen, but it likely will not be for a while. I don't think we get that until at least 2035, if not late 2030s. SoCal OMI says, in 2030, I definitely expect it to be at least $1, maybe quite a bit above that. Komi Skywalker says, Cavell's word is law. He's the savviest businessman out of all of us. I love you guys. Felipe B says, all is possible. Just saying 1 cent will be a strong threshold to break. We shall see. It could be. It's possible. Call me Skywalker. Thank you for the super chat or the super sticker with the cake. I dig it. I love you. The Irishman saying, I can't see MCP in my Vivi. Is it still in beta? Only available to some? My account's already killed it. So the Irishman, it will be... oh, shoot. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes. Him. Because it's a much better mint and only 1 gem more expensive. All right, come on, get the spread, boy. Get the spread. Oh, David, you posted. Oh, see, this is what I mean. Sparky is like, Tinkerbell is finally coming to Vivi official. All it took was a little faith, trust, and pixie dust, and you see her cosplaying as Tinkerbell. I don't know where this is. Maybe San Diego Comic-Con? Anyway, so she goes, she's super excited about it. In all of her, not sartorial charm, I guess that you would call that. And anyway, so David goes on and reposts heart Tinkerbell, as in he also hearts the Tinkerbell as well. Moving on here. Good feeling alright. The Doge General Army. All right, so Merchant of Truth says, what happens next with OMI is going to shock everyone. I don't know who Merchant of Truth is. Early crypto investor, early Tesla investor, early decoding the crypto market for you. Comes first for OMI. Binance listing or Coinbase. Okay, so I don't know who this person is, but they be talking about OMI, but they don't have a ton of followers. Oh, also, why does my heart hurt? I know I haven't done much cardio recently because my back is destroyed, but oh my god. Am I having a heart attack? Merchant of Truth says, so let's say OMI is now listed on both Binance and Coinbase. Do you believe we can or cannot reach $1 in 20? All right, this guy's talking crazy. $1 in 2024. And he says that multiple times. Do you think OMI can hit $1 in 2024? $100,000 Bitcoin is inevitable. Okay, agreed there. So he posts on the 29th, or this morning, market outlook for OMI in September. Market outlook, what's expected in the market next month. Top 3 coins to consider buying before September. Will all be covered in Crypto Crew Premium today. I think he's really just trying to sell some stuff. Where am I? What happens next? What is going to shock people? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to meet your basic financial needs. You shouldn't be concerned about investing. Fair point. When it's all said and done, our biggest regrets looking back will be, damn, I should have bought more. And isn't that better than saying, I can't believe I missed out, or I can't believe I sold early? Winner Circle talking about OMI again. I don't know, what's this dude's deal? I've never heard of this person, but he posted about OMI like 30 times over the last 24 hours. Think OMI can hit $1 here? Yeah. Anyway, I was tagged in something. I'll like it and I'll comment with my eyes, the side eye. Mr. Lifestyle. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I gotta go to my profile and get more gems. Only have 70. I'm trying to figure it out now. I don't know how to have this OMI. It's a little bit okay. Easier to get gems on the web app.vv.me. Okay. If you buy on the phone app, it'll take forever. Okay, moving on. Irishman is okay. So MCP, I can't see MCP in my VV. So I don't know why you're not seeing it. MCP should MCP rank master right there, and then what you're getting. It should be doing that for you. If it's not, X out of the app, go back in, and then go from there, and then let me know. The Dragon says, I agree, but I feel like you're underestimating on how big this will blow up when exchanges hit. It's gonna blow up a lot. Now you are gonna have a bunch of swing traders. You are gonna have a bunch of market makers that could be like, Oh, my back. Oh, God. Kill me. Oh, God. Freaking Lord. Oh, I hope I die. Not really, but sometimes. You are going to have a bunch of people manipulating the price that are going to be like, oh, hey, let me use my $20 million and I'll, pull up a bunch of shorts. I'll short the fudge out of it. And then it'll go down 30%, and then they'll buy a bunch of it. And you'll see those types of swings. I mean, you have already. But then there are some people that are going to take advantage. They're like, oh, y'all want to make this down 30%? I'll buy all this shiz up right now. And forcing them to buy back higher. Where am I? Oh. SoCal Homie says, 1 penny will be a blip in my honest opinion. It'll go past that so fast if any major catalyst actually hits. This is just foreplay. Well, listen, there's going to be days where I'll, to put it into perspective, if you have 100 million OMI, there will be days where you'll be up and down $1 million a day. When we're at 5 cents, and if you have 100 million, you have $5 million. It can drop down to 4 cents the next day. It's only a 20% drop, and guess what? You lose $1 million. Or the opposite could happen. You could have 4 million OMI, and then suddenly it increases 25%, and then you have another $1 million. You go from $4 to $5 million in a day. Crazy things like that will happen. Very, very positive. Comey Skywalker says, I'm holding 30 million OMI, and I'm not selling any till 5 cents. Very nice. Very nice, Comey Skywalker. Get that bread. SoCal OMI Homie says, Illuvium released 10,000 plots of land out of 100,000. So they have a lot more plots of land that they're going to release. That's interesting. Oh, God, who's this? I'm trying to walk my boy through, trying to get more gems. I'm going to talk later. I don't want to make a mistake, but if I can get that number 165, I'm probably going to do it. Here to talk whenever you're ready. Currently on live stream, so it'd be educational for everyone involved. Oh, Vivi has posted. Get a closer look at the Vivi exclusive rare and ultra rare covers by David Yardin and Delgaduk for Marvel's Avengers 1963. This one is a grail. I cannot wait for it. So heckin' right. Doug Cover says, Vivi Investments just now put out a 14-minute recap of your David Yu interview. Vivi Investments? Who are they? Hold on. I feel like I've heard of them. Ooh. Recapping David Yu's last podcast, his appearance, his biggest mistake with Vivi. It'd be nice if they could freaking follow me before they go and use my channel for clout, but they don't follow a lot of people. They're following 100. They're only, so whatever. They're doing their best. And to be honest, any content creator in the space. Oh, my friend's watching. Any content creator in the space is a we need. So yeah, moving on. Steve Cannon. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? He says, so much value here, bro. Preach. Oh, he smashed that like button. Thank you. Far too kind. We have a super chat from Felipe B saying, I hope you're right. Don't get me wrong. I am a big OMI and Vivi believer. I know how much you have, yeah. I just don't think that OMI will moon so fast. I have 106 million OMI. Dude, you're going to pass me at some point. Keep getting that bread. Get it. Yeah, so I agree. Same thing. OMI will... Here's like the things that like I love. Someone that has a lot of OMI but is still being very reserved, still being very conservative, and lowering those expectations. Because if you lower those expectations, you don't get hurt as much. You lower those expectations, you don't get disappointed as much. So like I understand that. I was also a watcher of Mad TV with the lowered expectations. I had also watched Spider-Man No Way Home with MJ and Spider-Man talking about those lowered expectations. But I also, we already have like what, 11, 12 billion locked up. How many more do we get before we have real utility? Like we could have billions. Like we have tens of billions that are locked up. And then when people actually try to buy stuff, because the 10 million is just what you have to hold. You can't go if you go below that, you're going to not get max points. So if you want to get more, which people are going to do, they're going to continue buying from that circulating supply. They're going to continue taking from their trust wallet, their ledger, and they're going to lock it up on the Vivi app. And this is just for, they're not even going to lock it up. They're going to use it. That's just for, what do you call it? That's just for the bronze tickets, not including the incentivized to actually stake, to actually lock it up and taking out of circulating supply for 30, 60, 90 days, or even a year. They're going to heavily incentivize that. And as a bunch of people go and they do that, adding more OMI onto the platform, they're and if you can't get it from the circulating supply, like try to put $100,000 in OMI right now. Try to do it without pumping the price like 30%, 50%. You can't. You just can't. You have to do it slowly. And that's right now. So, and that's $100,000. You do it with a couple people that want to put in $5-10 million. Done. You're done. Can't do it. Price go moon. Price go burr. Price go burr. Now, where was I? SoCal Omi Home says Alluvia made $72 million on 10,000 plots. Cheapest were $1,500. Really? Oh my God. Why did people buy that for $1,500? I mean, I guess, anything could be made. Like, and again, that's with no IP. What do they have? I think they have Godzilla. That's cool. But with all the IP that we have, guys, our land could go for a huge, huge premium. Vivi is the collectibles app. That's a gift shop. But land, I guess it could be different. Land doesn't have to be scarce. They could do 50,000 plots. I mean, 1,500 each? That's heckin' nuts. All right, let's say 50,000. And let's say we don't do 1,500. Let's say we do half of that. $750 for 50,000 plots of land, is 37 million, 37.5 million. So let's say we do the same at 100,000 plots. Yeah, 1,500 would be 150 million. I guess that's possible. We'll see. Omar says, what a moment that was to get a secret rare Spider-Man on the drop. I can never forget that moment. And Omar Kasaje has a hell of a story that I can't wait to have him tell on here. He's got that secret rare Spider-Man has gone, that whole story is just crazy. It doesn't even sound believable. Obviously I know it is, but what it says, anyone who thinks that OMI can hit $1 this next run is delusional. I don't see that. I see that 0.001% chance, 1% of 1% chance of that. I don't even think the chances are that high for it to happen, but never know. Daniel Dragon says this will get a meme coin pump this year if exchanges hit this bull run. Agreed. Once people look into this project, we will all be on the moon ride together. Agreed. We don't have a ton of people. Let's see how many OMI and people's watch lists. Let's take a look here. All right, so let's compare it to Pepe first, just for hex and giggles. So Pepe is on 74,000 watch lists. Let's see what OMI's on. The OMI is currently on 92,000. There's actually more people having OMI on their watch list than Pepe, which is wild. Meaning we should be surpassing Pepe at some point. I thought we were going to do it the other day. We were at 101. They were at like 98. I was like, oh, are we going to flip Pepe? I mean, I knew it'll happen at some point. I just really don't know when. 1.3, almost 1.35 million in volume. It actually went up a little bit since the stream started. So what time is it now? So it is 19:29. When did we start this? Hour and a half ago. So that'd be 1800. At 1800, we were at 00101, and now we're at 00102. The stream works. Okay, custom squared. Alice Hadley, thank you so much for the super chat, saying free piece of premium land for logo holders, which we should be getting. But the land follows the logo. If you saw, I mean, that'd be wild if it served as a deed. If that served as a deed to the land, oh, you have no idea. Comey Skywalker says, I hope so, Dino. Yeah, I know so. SoCal Omi Homie says, we need user growth. What's going to bring them and when? What will get us to 100,000, 250, or a million? And how long compared to Vivi-verse phase 4 release? Okay. Well, one of the new verticals is going to help. Marketing for the token is actually going to help Vivi. Like, how did people get here? I was actually told about Vivi, but I didn't really know like what it was. I downloaded in February of 2021, but I didn't really get in until April when it was like just after I retired, and it was when I was looking for Earth 2's crypto. Supposed to be on GoChain. Okay, what's on GoChain? Oh, OMI, super low cap. It's on GoChain. What is this? And I got here because I was looking for Earth 2's crypto. So if they market the token, there's a lot of people here that go on and get here through the token. So I think if you market the token, you also market for Vivi. And I think that's really going to help. Now, I know people don't like Logan Paul. I know people don't like certain, but that'll help. And Rashid Al Farooq literally texted Andrew Tate in the middle of my interview with him. I was like, because I asked him about him. And he's like, oh, Tate? Yeah, I'll message him right now. I was like, wow, no way. And I'd love to get Andrew Tate on the podcast. But if you go and you take a look at some of the people that have been on here, Ken Gwynn, who's in, by the way, Janine Yorio, who will be in, Greg Schultz, President Biden's campaign manager, when we talked about OMI, I don't know what I can say about that. Talking about OMI, he has it. He has a bunch of the collectibles. Like, look at all of the influential and powerful people that are already in this. And, other whales that are silent that are just telling their friends about it. There's a lot more people holding a lot more OMI than people realize. There's a lot more. So when you go and say like the user growth, it's coming. Like they're not stupid. A lot of these people can understand, take a look at the information in front of them. They're like, oh, this is going to blow up. Like I've told this story before, my friend Tom, like 09, maybe something like that. He's in maybe like 07, whatever. Maybe whatever. He's in the hospital with his buddy whose wife just had like their second kid, and the nurse is trying to give her newborn daughter, and he's like, oh, hang on one sec, finishing up a post on Facebook. Like she's not taking her newborn child that literally just came out of her because she had to go and finish up a post on Facebook. So my buddy immediately just goes, yo, we got to get into Facebook. Like, we got to buy into Facebook somehow. And eventually they did their IPO, a couple years later. But this is the same exact attitude when I saw my friend James. He's a lawyer. He's got his own firm. At 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, whenever the drop happens, the entire law firm just stops what they're doing and they go for the drop. Now, obviously, that was in the bull market. Most of the time you haven't had to do that. Although, Luke Skywalker, they did it for that. Boba Fett, they did it for that. Like for this comic on Thursday, they're doing it for that. And I know that doesn't 100% answer your question, like where's it going to come from? So marketing the token will help Vivi. Going and getting in Asia. And I know you have a bunch of the fudders. You have a bunch of the people that can't see the forest where the trees are in the way. That'll say, oh, but it's only with their Amazon, it's only with the AWS system, which they're just probably getting for cheaper. And that's why they're doing it. There's absolutely no partnership with Alibaba's Alipay. There's zero evidence to support that. Those people just can't read data, or they're purposely trying to lie to you, to mislead you, to FUD the token and FUD the project. I will bet however much OMI you need me to bet. Thank you guys for 69 likes. Someone comment nice down below the 69 on my shoulder. I will bet however much OMI you need me to bet that we have something with Alibaba. Y'all want to put in a smart contract? Y'all want to put in like a I'll bet the whole thing. I'll bet 172 right now. Because there's no freaking way that Alibaba uses one of their photo ops, one of their major things that they do for like 12 people per year. And there's no way they waste that on Vivi. There's no way that we don't have that. I'm more sure of that than anything. So anyway, Alibaba is how you go and you would onboard crypto and fiat users onto this platform. Do I have any proof of that? No, but like look at all the evidence that points to that. Like that's what they do for Alibaba, for their version of Amazon. That's what they do for their company. That's what Alipay was made for. There's really no other reason outside of the cloud services, which sure they could use that. Yeah, instead of, because Amazon works over there, so why not just use AWS over there? Well, how are you going to go to Alibaba and say, oh yeah, we're not going to use your Amazon your cloud services, but we want your Alipay? No, you go and you give them their business on that side, give them a little bit of gravy, and then you say, hey, I want this. I'll give you favorable terms on this because I know you have ties with Xi Jinping, and I'll give you favorable terms, but just whisper in the president's ear, whisper in the chairman's ear, whatever. Go and say like, hey, let Vivi operate here. It's going to be good for my company, and they'll say, okay, that's fine. It's not what you know. It's not. It's a lot of times just who you know. That check mark. And David, because he speaks the language, because he's a fellow nerd, because he can go and present it like a nerd. Like who do you want going and teaching you rock climbing? Do you want somebody that like has read books on it and is like an insurance agent, and or do you want someone that goes with like no harness, like, oh, here's the best way? Like you want someone that goes and knows what they're doing, that's in the field. This is why I can't really take a lot of these other companies seriously when the CEOs and the CBOs, like all these people, like they're not big collectors. This is why Vivi wins. This is why the decade. This is why they're thriving while others aren't. Anyway, I know that's and that's just in China. I know one person in South America that is Spanish speaking, millions of followers on Twitter, millions of followers on YouTube, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to be making Vivi content. I don't know when, but they have a lot more OMI than I do, and you're going to see a whole bunch of brown people like myself be like, oh, OMI, yeah, with the little pesos, and that's what they're going to do. Anywho, moving on. SoCal says, I know what I can do with Illuvium land, same with E2, Upland, etc., but I cannot fathom what land utility will be. There's going to be a good amount. I don't know what, but I feel like there's going to be a good amount. Theater Dragon says, it's a natural, profitable business in crypto. They actually bring in revenue, and not many can say that. That's one of the many, many things that make me bullish. Literally all in. Same time. Steve Cam says, I'm trying to find that gold and silver logo to buy. I'm a rookie, so can't find it. Okay, so yeah, I got you. I'll text you. We'll talk after this is over. Ooh. What? So Marvel Entertainment goes and posts, we've all been there. Read these Marvel comics and more on the Marvel Unlimited app. And David Yu comments X. Heavy breathing. Okay. All right. Let me take you back many moons ago till last week when I have David on the podcast and I say, hey, David, you know how in Moon Knight and in She-Hulk and in the new Daredevil Born Again series, there's these QR codes that you can go, it's a Disney property, you can scan the QR codes and you get the Marvel Unlimited app. You get a comic that you can download in the Marvel Unlimited app. Do you think that we would ever get something like that for Vivi? We're not going to answer that question. Okay, no problem. Hey, in Mosaic, like, this is, like, so, does that have anything to do with X? Okay, we know that, David, you are killing me. You are killing me softly with your words. Comment down below if you get that reference. With his own. So, X is granted license for cryptocurrency payments in major win for the platform. So, Elon Musk starts building a crypto wallet. If we go and we say somehow, and this is quite possibly a bit of a reach, but if we have David constantly making references and teasing Elon Musk or X or anything what he's doing with the Coliseum in his tweets, when he knows by now that we watch super, super closely. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screenshot this and I'll reply to David with that, with my eyes. That is the wrong screenshot. That's the right screenshot. Okay. So if Elon Musk goes and now he is approved for cryptocurrency payments for the platform, and David didn't want to talk about QR codes on Disney to go do the, to get stuff on the Vivi app. What if the cryptocurrency on Musk, which he's teased a partnership with, we have that, and we're able to use OMI to buy Marvel stuff? Because again, Marvel says we've been there, read these Marvel comics and more on the Marvel Unlimited app. And they've just consolidated all of this to the Marvel Unlimited app. There used to be something called, you had to pay like $10 or $20 a month, and they didn't have all of the comics, and you didn't own them. You know, that library, now they're all in Marvel Unlimited. This could possibly be completely unrelated, or it could possibly be all related. Because again, why would you comment X unless he means like X-Men? Maybe like we get X-Men 1. Okay, maybe that's possible. But don't just say X. When you say X, we all think Twitter. We all think of the tweeters. So maybe he's referencing X-Men because Logan's in there. And I guess when Ms. Marvel, in that show, I'm just going to spoil it. I don't even give a fudge who haven't seen it yet. In the show where her nerdy friend was asked to like synthesize her DNA in a DNA sequencer, he says, well, when we looked at your DNA, there were like some mutations. And they played like, but just the, and when I tell you, I screamed like a little girl. I was like, that's not what a little girl sounds like, but you know what I mean. So maybe, so she's like an X-Men now. She's like, Ms. Marvel is considered a mutant. Maybe that's what he means, and it's not nearly as convoluted as I thought with the Twitter partnership. Maybe I should delete my post because he's saying X, and I don't. Unless Taurus says X plus O equals moon. All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Steve Cannon. Oh, yeah, I read that. SoCal always says, Steve, go to brands and do reverse search DNA. They show up. TK Yash says, hashtag hold the gold. Hold the gold. SoCal says, there are 9 logos below 10K. Floor is going to rise. Yeah, but I mean, 2 of them, one's at $42.99 and one's at $4,300. Yeah. Vivi says, if somebody is buying now, let's say 3 million OMI, you can see a big green candle. Think about what will happen when there is a big dump of 1 cent at $1 billion. Be realistic. This will not be an easy run. Okay. $1 billion OMI at 1 penny is $10 million. When we're at 100 million in volume, 10 million gets eaten up in a couple hours. Like 2.4 hours to be exact. So 2 hours and 24 minutes. That's exactly what has to happen in order for that. Like that's, and yeah, that's fairly easy to get through. Dino Dragon says, once liquidity and more volume hits, won't be that easy. Sell walls will be demolished. Agreed. Liquidity says, well, I mean, at some point you are going to have to plateau. Because, I mean, again, right now, there's so little liquidity, you can't put in $10,000 without creating a green candle. When this really runs up, yeah, we could 5x pretty freaking quickly overnight. And people sell, will go down, will consolidate, shoot right back up, sell, consolidate, go right back up. And maybe a penny is the point that's really hard to break. And maybe, we stay around there through 2024. And maybe we don't hit the 5 or 10 cents until 2025. I don't know. Felipe says, and don't get me wrong, I'm heavily invested in OMI, but to say it will not be mooning easily to 5 cents is not realistic. Dino says 5 cents is his base case. So, yeah, I think it's possible. 99 Crypto says, Vivi, logo, gold and silver, or 5 million OMI? All right, so 99 Cryptos, if you're still here, if you just want, like, and I don't mean this in any way, if you go and you take a look at what just straight ROI with not having, let's say you don't go to events. Let's say you have no interest in meeting people or seeing people, but you're just interested in ROI. Okay, OMI, straight up, OMI will outperform. However, if you have, let's say if you want to go, well, we'll take this a couple different levels. Let's say if you go to these events because you don't want to build your, I don't know what you do. Let's say you do drop shipping. Let's say you do art sculptures. Whatever you do. Let's say you go and you just want to redeem uh, the golden frankenfat or the two gold monkeys or now the new gold and silver Vivi logo that we're going to get as a redemption code for having this. These are likely going to be those four things are likely going to be a couple $1,000s. And if you go and let's say 1,500, and that's not including the free invites to the parties with the free drinks and the free food. That's not including getting to see David and Dan, which is a lot of people's heroes now. All with that, I would still say OMI outperforms. But if you do include getting to go to those parties, if you do include getting to network with those people, and let's say, hey, I have all this stuff. What can I do for you? And you could create work for yourself as an artist. Let's say you're an artist, an aspiring artist, but you're working as a data analyst or a data entry person, and you said, I have really good art, and you show a bunch of people there that are really, really rich and they're really, really drunk. I'll give you $5,000 for that right now. I'll give you $2,000. Like, that pays for itself super instantly. Or if you just go and like, again, so Tristan Eaton, a buddy of mine's getting Tristan Eaton to do his wall art on a whole ass building in the Midwest. These are the type of people that are, like, again, I can't say some of the people's names, but one of the people who's going to get in this week, I have to see if his freaking bank letter came in today for his KYC, is going to be this. You don't even know. You don't even know. No talent. No talent. So yeah. I'll finish that thought in a second. I do have another super chat from Gabe Vincent saying, Randy, I keep seeing Dino lied to Vivi team to get the logo, then dumped it. Do you know what he told them? I don't know the direct conversation that Dino had with the team, but I do know that Dino said, yeah, I've flipped that logo 3 times. What he did say on Twitter, and there are receipts for this, that I would lie to the team to get another logo and then immediately floor it. So as if it didn't need to be said, I'll say now, like, he'll never be on my stream again at any point in time. Now, I won't say I do believe in second chances, generally speaking, and some people can be in really bad places, and some people have to capitulate, and some people have to reach rock bottom until they realize what they can be once again. And I would so should most likely, if you want to be a good human, never write anyone off. But just from what he's done, like just from what he's outwardly said, and I guess Brownie points to him for being honest, going at him and saying, like, I think he called him, like, go. Sona Vivi posted all the receipts on there on what he had said, and multiple people that were in that space confirmed it. I don't know the initial conversation that he had with the team to get that logo, but yeah, he got it, immediately floored it. And then he just said again, oh, I would lie to the team to get one again, and then I'll just floor it again. I mean, the fact that he got a secret rare AF-15, made a group to pump the price, and then floored it baffles my freaking mind, and was public about it. Anyway, so that's about as much as I know. The original conversation he had with the team, I don't know. And again, maybe this is just a character he's playing. Maybe this is just a brand that he's trying to build of the heel. I don't know. But to say those things publicly, especially when the other person that you're saying it about is not there to defend themselves, a little bit of a sad predicament. Anyway, that's my thing. Where was I beforehand? Okay, 99 crypto. So that's where a lot of these things go, and they can pay for themselves, and how the gold and silver logo can outperform that OMI if you are taking that initiative, if you have this business, if you have just that network, not including David and Dan, not including the resale value for all the other future people that are going to get in. So I would say the gold and silver logo can outperform OMI if that is what you would. And also, like, what do you pay to have a family? I'm adopted. I have people in my adopted family that are cool. Some people in my adopted family that are really not cool. I guess that's normal families in general. But up until I really joined the military, I had really good friends, and I think Carrie, God, what's her name? Carrie, the girl from Sex and the City, says the real family is the one you make yourself. And as me and my friends, still me and my friends, but I didn't really have that like, oh, ride or die, like people, hey, I'll die for you. Again, a little bit for the military, but because I got really lucky, but mostly in the military. And I feel bad for most people that don't have that. Like if you're single and a man, which again, 99% of the people that watch me are men, and there's a lot of like there's a subreddit called Nice Girls where there's a bunch of screenshots of pictures of these men that are having interactions with these women that are just being absolute see you next Tuesdays. And they like there's a whole subculture about that on TikTok. Like there's a whole movement called Passport Bros because a lot of men in this country just kind of get shit on. A lot of men in this country, also a lot of men in this country are fairly obese, and they're a lot of them are simps. They're simping for people. Like you have this really weird thing, and I don't want to get too much into it. It started really with birth control, where okay, well now people can kind of have this unprotected sex for as much as they want, mostly because it's like 99% effective. Um, and they can have sex without consequence. And then you have, this movement of it's like, oh, you're beautiful just the way you are. You're fine just the way you are. And like most people are not fine just the way they are. I know I'm fat. I know I need to lose weight. I know I have hair longer than it should be. There's, and when you go and I promise I have a point to all of this, but when you go and you say, hey, that's why you have Passport Bros, because then you have people that are incentivized to divorce because they can take the house, they can take the kids, they can get money for that. And it's this vicious cycle where America is kind of broken in that sense. So a lot of men are lonely. Most suicides are men. Most people that die in war are men. Most homeless people are men. Most victims of assault are men. So if you're a man and you're single and you don't have a family, and I think 30% of men under the age of 30 haven't had sex in the last year. If you finally have this space of people that are just loving, like I'm not comparing them to dogs, but like dogs are just love machines. Dogs just you could be outside for 5 minutes and they're like, you're back. And every time you see someone from the Vivi fam, especially in that gold and silver logo, I mean, in general, when you see people from the Vivi fam, oh, what up? I see your faces all the time. But in that gold and silver logo, it just takes it to another level. And to see people that are honestly happy to see you, there's no inveigling in there, there's no ingratiation. It's just all like, hey, dude, we're just family, just love each other. Like the people in that, they're just evolved enough to just be like, no, we're all here. Like we've made it. Like when you're in that, it's just, okay, we've already won. Let's just have fun. And you have how much would you pay for that? That type of feeling is invaluable. And again, you're going to have celebrities in there some already are in a sense. You're going to have people that in there that are, hey, can I take a photo for the gram? And they'll do it. And that, so you could be married for all I know. You could have kids. You could have but give it to one of your kids. Like this is, the gold and silver logo is season tickets for the Giants. It's season tickets for a major sports team. It's a box in a stadium. That's not really something that I think you should sell unless it's for an incredibly life-changing amount of money. And if you have a second one, yeah, that's a legacy item. But again, if you have like a family and they're super happy and you live somewhere else where events aren't really going on, and okay, well, I can go to this event, but I have to pay for a hotel and airfare and food, and I have to take time off work, so I'm losing money there. And you don't want to do that multiple times a year. OMI would probably be your best bet for ROI. But both will make money, but OMI is it's more liquid. Right now the floor is 4,300 and someone will buy one. Well, the floor is 4,299. Someone's going to buy the 4,300 one. And, if you really wanted to sell it, 3,900 it would sell pretty quickly, say within an hour. But OMI, you can sell like that, exchange it like that, And when you sell OMI, you don't have to. I mean, there's only 2.5% fee for the selling on Vivi because it's VVIP, so it's not Disney or Marvel or MGM. But then you have that 10% cash out fee, where OMI you don't have that. Now, obviously, that 10% cash out fee will be lowered as more and more people go and they buy gems through the web app and not the actual phone version of the app. It'll be lower the more you stake OMI. So if you stake OMI, I'm pretty sure they're going to go lower it that way for the OMI rewards. So it really depends on really what you want, what your scenario is, and I gave you a bunch. I spent way too much time on that question. Felipe B says 5 million OMI. Oh, Felipe B. So he answered that question. 99 Crypto says Vivi gold and silver logo or 5 million OMI. Felipe B, no hesitation, said 5 million. But again, it really depends on what you value and what you want. SoCal OMI Homie says OMI will 15x to all-time high before logo hits 60K in my opinion. Well, the all-time high for OMI, I think, is like a 12x, 11x from where it is right now. And yes, that will 11x to the all-time high before this hits. Yeah, so you're right, I think. So again, if you're just talking about monetary value, SoCal OMI Homie is correct, Felipe is correct, but again, just posting other things as well. Les Suarez says, I bought your alligator Logi. Oh, yeah, I wonder if the other one sold. Thanks, man. Oh lordy, there's so much messages. I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to get this in. But okay, let's check back to the app real quick. Actually, let's X out of the app because I want to go back in and I want to see what was if I have any more MCP points or less MCP points, because if I do that, then that'll be interesting. Okay. Good and feeling alright. I'm good and feeling alright. Alright, sorry. So it always says, I bought some of your Murmur back in the day, sub 5,000 mints. Or sub 500. Oh, yep, nice. Alright, participate. Okay, what did I have last time? 1840? 1840. Okay, so it hasn't updated with the points yet. But it will. And when it does, I'll let you know. It'll probably take a couple more hours. It usually does it around 9 o'clock for me, so maybe hour and a half. We've almost been streaming for 2 hours. Wow, very nice. Okay, moving on. Beantech says, can't wait for the land sale. I'm thinking the sale will happen during the bull run. The euphoria will be real. Exciting times ahead. You're right. It very well could. Which it could happen in a year and a half from now, 2 years from now. I don't know. We'll see. I am excited either way. 99 Crypto says just use the swap function. Wait, swap function. I forget what was I talking about 15 minutes ago. Swap function for what? For what? Lester Suarez says, I'm going to undercut you and take an L. Why would you take the L? Don't take the L. So Homie says, we need whales to sell. Top 150 wallets hold 200 billion. Monstrous disproportion to the rest. Well, listen, I'll tell you exactly. I gotta stand up for a second. Oh, my body. The top 150 wallets holding 200 billion, half of that is in the top 4 wallets. So you have David and Dan have 30 billion each. You have Dr. Profit, another 30 billion. And then you have the OMI mother flapper my freaking knee. Then you have the OMI development wallet. That OMI development wallet is also tens of billions. So you have 100 billion OMI just in those 4 wallets. And you don't really want them to sell that much right now. I mean, David and Dan are going to keep theirs for a long time. Dr. Profit will probably sell tiny amounts on the way up. But that OMI development wallet, that Akomi business development wallet, they're already going to burn 5.5 billion OMI from that just for laughs and giggles. And it's very likely that OMI development wallet does not see the light of day. I mean, if they were going to use that, they would have used that when they were not making money. And now they're making oodles of money. So they likely are going to do some type of mass burning event. They're going to do some type of thing with that. Most likely that's what they're going to do. So take away a good amount of that. If you take away those, you have less than 100 billion left in from wallets number 5 through wallets number, and I don't think Dr. Profit has it all in one wallet. I think he's probably got multiple. So I really do like that. I think that's good. Felipe B says, agree with this. We'll take time. Mm-hmm. Energy, what up? Rig says, hey, yo, what up, Rig? So got my homie says, SpaceX or Pokemon, which would you prefer? And which do you think would be best overall? Okay, we're gonna have to lay down here. I'm gonna, because my back is absolutely wanna die. Oh, fudge. Okay, hold on. Let me make a little nest over here where I can go in. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh, hello, Dashi. I mean, let's roll those dominoes out. Okay, so SpaceX. Ow. If we have SpaceX, that's not X. It's not Twitter, but that is a foot in the door for Tesla and Twitter and the Boring Company and Neuralink, and yeah, that's just a foot in the door with them, and I really really like that. Um, I think it's yeah. Ow. I think that type of thing could be, oh God, and Elon Musk and his fanboys are better or worse, depending on your definition, how cool you are, than Apple fanboys. Like yeah, I'd say I'm an Elon Musk fanboy. I know that company intimately, almost. I'd say I know Vivi a little bit more, a little bit better, but I know Tesla better than I think 99.8% of everyone else in the world. And as soon as he goes out and has something where he's partnered with them, it's over. They're all coming in. Now, how many of them are going to go and collect just his stuff? And how many of them are going to come here, collect his stuff, but then stick around for a little while? And, how many of them will buy other collectibles? How many of them buy OMI? That I don't know. But they will get exposed to Vivi. Okay, then Pokemon. Okay, so like SpaceX, once you get Pokemon, your foot is in the door with Nintendo. And, oh God, just Pokemon in general is just, okay, now let's say something like this. Let's say, let's not do a huge IP like Mario or, let's say we have Ness from Earthbound. If you're not a gamer, you don't really know Ness. You don't really know Earthbound. If you played Super Smash Brothers, you might know him, but not a huge IP. Now, what does better? Ness with his own world building, with his own entourage of people, or the Caterpie line. Well, it's not Caterpie because Ash had Caterpie. So let's take a line like let's say like the Sparrow line, Sparrow and Pharaoh. What's better? A whole Ness IP with Earthbound and Lucas and the yo-yo and the Pika Fire and the baseball bat and the hat. What is better? Is it all of that, or is it just Sparrow and Pharaoh? Well, you have Sparrow being, Sparrow almost killed Ash, a group of Sparrow. People might want to recreate that scene. Pikachu first used Thunder. That's when he first used that. That's the episode that Ho-Oh is in. That's the episode that, and you come back to that and you see like these Pidgey and Pidgeotto are getting bullied by these Sparrow and this Pharaoh up until Ash's Pidgeotto evolves and then kicks the crap out of everyone, becoming a Pidgeot. The hurricane winds, oh my God. And the music, like a whole IP just for Sparrow and Pharaoh, which I don't know if they're anyone's favorite Pokemon. Sparrow and Pharaoh. More people would collect Sparrow and Pharaoh as opposed to Earthbound. And that's one of the first people that you can get. It's one of the first secret characters you can get in Super Smash Brothers. It was Luigi. It was Captain Falcon. It was Jigglypuff. No, Luigi, Captain Falcon, Ness. Who is the other secret player in Super Smash Brothers? I gotta look this up. Okay, we're looking here. All right, 93% battery. And this is a really good question. I really like this. Okay. Secret characters in Super Smash Brothers 64. Okay, well, all characters in Super Smash. Okay. Not Donkey Kong. Okay, Yoshi. Yep, Lang, Samus, Fox, Kirby, Bowser, Peach. No, and 64. Okay. 64 unlock. Okay. Okay, yeah, so it was Captain Falcon, Jigglypuff, Luigi, and Ness. So Ness was one of those 4 characters that you could go and unlock in the OG one. So he has a lot of people's hearts, but Sparrow and Pharaoh all day. All day. And Sparrow in the games is actually a little bit more useful than Pidgeot. Now they can both use Fly, and they can both use Mirror Move and Wing Attack, but Pharaoh has the Drill Peck. Now obviously they all pale in comparison to Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, but yeah, the Pharaoh is just a little bit better. Just I don't know who has more speed. Now, obviously Pidgeot has a Mega Evolution, and then its special goes really wild, but anyway, we're getting off topic. Pokemon gets us in that door. Like Pokemon in general, that will outsell everything on the app. Even Disney, it'll outsell everything. But then again, that gets you in the door with licenses like Legend of Zelda, like Mario, Paper Mario, that one is, Yoshi, Kirby, Donkey Kong. Like that gets you in the door with Nintendo. I don't care if Vivi has to sell, like, give them like a percentage of the company. They should do that. Now, if I was Nintendo and I see what Vivi's doing, if I'm smart, they might not, the team in charge of this might not be good at interpreting data, because Nintendo owns 33% of Pokemon. So if I'm Nintendo and I say like, hey, we're putting our weight behind Vivi, we need this, because Pokemon, every other company that's tried this has failed. So you're not going with anyone else. You're either going to go with Vivi, you're going to try to do it yourselves. But any other company, any other person like Tom Brady, which is a Giga Chad, Eva Longoria, everyone wants her or wants to be her. They had tried this with Autographed IO, and they had Tony Hawk, they had Simone Biles, they had the biggest stars of today and yesteryear, and it didn't work. You have other companies with other amazing licenses that didn't work. If you try this yourself and fail, cause a rift in the space-time continuum. Palkia and Dialga will feel it. So if I'm Nintendo, I'm saying they're at the table, they're negotiating. Get the best terms that you can, even if it's only short term, even if it's only for X amount of years. Go with Vivi. We have not tried this ourselves. This is a whole new era. And Nintendo has been known to do things and fall flat on their faces. And we're not freaking doing it here. Do the freaking deal with Vivi. If I'm Nintendo, that's what I'm telling Pokemon. Now you also have pride. You also have like work. No, we can do it ourselves. And okay, maybe they could, but again, Nintendo has been known many times over the years to try things and it really not work out. So moving on. But yeah, I would say Pokemon. Pokemon would be better than SpaceX, in my opinion. Carlos Castro says, look at Dodge, for example. OMI can get those gains too soon. Oh, you mean Doge? Yeah, easily, because OMI has an actual use case. There's not. Sam McCall says, Merchant of Truth equals VLC Network on YouTube. VLC Network? Hold on. I feel like I know VLC Network, but maybe I don't. Hold on. VLC Network. Oh, they have 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. Very nice. And their videos get between 1 and 300. Okay, well, that's nice. Also, if in case anyone hasn't asked, you can smash that like button. That'd be a free way to help support the channel. That'd be super great. If y'all can do that, that'd be super great. Okay, moving on here. Next question. We've had a lot of good ones recently. All right, what we got? Steve Cannon says, playing hurt. You're a trooper, dude. Oh, yeah, my back is destroyed. SoCal Omi always says 420. If you know, you know. We all gonna make it. Wag me. The Seasick Viking says Omi will move fast when people are able to buy easy and even set auto DCA buys. I would have auto DCA'd weekly plus chunks of cash as they came to me this down cycle. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of that.
I mean, there are people that, like I said, my new whale dollar cost average today. Now he's got like 28.5 million OMI, and he's going to get more and more and more to no avail. Felipe B, thank you for the super chat saying, I hope you're right. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big OMI/Vivi believer. I just don't think that OMI will moon so fast. But I have 106 million OMI. It's amazing. Continue getting that bread. The Irishman says, uninstalled the app and re-downloaded. Still no MCP after logging in. That's so strange. You don't have any. You don't have any ranking at all. You're not getting any points. I'd put in a ticket. Yeah. Steve Cannon says, dude, wait till they see the Predator project. You ain't gonna need to sell OMI no more. Yeah. So I've told them before. I've told you guys before. Steve Cannon is a very high-end photographer. His stuff sells between like 15 and 25 grand usually, and he usually makes like 12 photos. One photo, 12 copies. So if it's one of 12, he signs it. But his new project is called the Predator Project. I have one. And they're not going for 15 to 25 grand. They are currently, out of the three that are out there, technically there's only two because I have one. They're going for, I think, 12K right now. But if you pay an OMI, it goes down to, I think 10K if you pay an OMI. So yeah, you get a nice little discount there. And it's one of three, and he signs it. And it's his first ever delve into the Predator project, and you get a free NFT with it. Or you could buy the NFT, same thing, and then you'll get a free physical with it. Where was I? Scott Colantonio says, it's so hard to buy a lot. I know. When you go and you buy a lot, you just have a... When you buy a lot, you just automatically cause those green candles. And it pumps the price. Like, oh, wish I would have bought more. But then you can't because, order takes forever to fill. SoCal Homie Homie says, David Yu is such a troll. Why did he just tweet X? Just X. Maybe he's trying to tease X-Men without saying X-Men and giving it away. And he's not thinking about the ramifications of just typing X underneath a Marvel post. I mean, I guess him and Marvel all right, so you know how Star Wars is also on Cryptoys and Disney's also on Cryptoys? Marvel will not be on Cryptoys at least for the next 5 or 6 years. They have an exclusive agreement with Vivi. So maybe because he has such a good relationship with Marvel, he could be like, "Hey, let's do something with X. We have something with Elon Musk. Let's do a partnership with them." And Elon Musk just had that cryptocurrency victory, so I don't know. Omar says, remember that there was a time a whole restaurant went for a drop a few years ago. I do. I remember people doing it at the wedding. Oh, good times. Good times. It's hard to buy a lot. 30% of my income goes into crypto investment, which is good. Felipe B is going to be more richer than all of us. He's a mad lad. Mo Collection says, wait, just joined. What's the big news? My God, you joined like an hour and a half late. It's been a good 40 minutes since then. Mr. MC1. Okay, can I read this or not? Oh, I can't read this, but this is so good. Another reason why to get a gold and silver logo. You get to have access to a few certain things. Oh, this is gonna be lit. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my God, I love these people. Oh my God. So yeah, free entry. Get a gold and silver logo, guys. Free entry to events. And Jesus, man. We don't worry, Sanjay. We're gonna spend free drinks, free foods, locations a secret. Yeah, this is gonna be dope AF. Okay, get that out of there. Doge Army says, don't bet against Doge. I don't really think of this as a thing for, yeah, I guess Doge might be one of the things that's used on the X app. I don't want to buy Doge though. Anywho, moving on. I mean, I went over it earlier in the video. There was a lot of news. I literally spoke for 30 minutes on the news. I don't know what you're talking about. Bill Gardner says, "What I missed? Yo, what up, Bill Gardner? My man. How's it going?" Oh, good time. Bill Gardner, get yourself a freaking logo, please. This is, I feel like I have entertained you. I have talked about Earth 2 and Vivi and OMI, and like, get that gold and silver Vivi logo. Por favor. And then, you're awesome as well. I love you. Soka Omi always says, "No big news, just hanging out. Need more likes, shares, and chat engagement, usual stuff." I mean, we did have news. There was 30 minutes of news that I spoke for. And now, we're just hanging. Philip B says, "Chillin' and Xing." Xing. Bill Garner says, cool. Energy, doing that heart. How's it going? The Cray Mountain says, "I just got bad news from Reese." The Cray Mountain, you good, fam? You good? I feel like you didn't, because you didn't follow up with that. So, Anyway, Bill Gardner says he just tweeted. Did he tweet another ad? Did he really? Where I gotta take a look at this dude. David. Okay, David. Okay, let's look at his replies. I see the Tinkerbell stuff. So John Savage says, "Some people say Vivi doesn't have real NFTs, but ain't they mentioned on a blockchain? Yes, real NFTs equals case closed. 88.7 million NFTs." And David Yu is going, tweeting another dog. Now, it's not a Shiba Inu Doge, but it's still a Doge. Oh, wow, what the fudge? Anyway, he's tweeted Doges a lot, or dogs a lot. Not necessarily Doges, just dogs. Eye-watering. Dog. Oh, I thought there was more dog. I know there was at least one other dog. Dog. He's just a fourth dog that he has tweeted. Like this, he's been tweeting a lot. So dog, Doge, Musk. He's been doing a lot of tweeting. I don't know. Anyway, Fadi D says, "Energy haben wir nach dem Video noch den Wiedersuchen können." I don't know what that means. I don't know. I could have just said a whole bunch of curse words. Anyway, this is what bad. Yeah, I don't say anything. Vivi wheels with 1111. Amazing. It's the same combination on my luggage. Fadi D says, "Let's see." Bill Gardner says, "I picked up the number 42 misspent." Yes, I saw that, Bill. I actually got to take a picture of that, because that was heckin' cool. So cool that you got that. Great job. Nice pull, Bill Gardner. Bill Gardner says, "I might just be the new 42 guy. It might be a thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that." Mo Collections, how come Bitcoin tilted up today? Because they Grayscale won a case against the SEC. That's why. Aldrodero got the ticket for New York Comic Con. Excited to meet the team and get that new logo. I'm so happy for you. SoCal Omi Homie says, "How many here are going to New York Comic Con?" Me. Gabe Vincent, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, "Randy, I keep seeing Dino lied to the team, to the Vivi team to get the logo, then dumped it. Do you know what he told them?" I don't know what he said at the beginning in order to get the logo originally. But yeah, I don't know what he said, but yeah, he definitely dumped it. He kept, I guess, buying more from people, kept dumping them, and I know he said recently that I would lie to the team to get another one, then immediately dump it. It's like, he's not going to be at the party. Don Gwynn says, I can't comment on that, Don, but maybe not. I don't know. Inner Dragon says, "That is not me. Wrong, Dino. He is the imposter. I would never sell a logo if I had one." Yes, yeah, it was the other person. Not Dino Dragon. The I4 NFTs guy. News Number I want to says, yes, the other dude was not good. was doing all off-app deals and then just kept up shady practices and bragged about it. Yeah, and he was overcharging people for that as well. Um, it says the other person has more integrity than him. TK Yash says, "Did you say there's a new gold silver logo coming from?" Yes, yes, there is. David was on the stream the other day, and I told him like, hey, since I have all the number 41 logos, there's no other logo coming out, is there? And he said, yes, there is. And I was like, oh man. So hopefully I go and I get it. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I won't get it like just from the whatever, but I mean, hopefully somebody has it, and then they buy mine, so I can buy theirs, and then all that jazz. Yeah. There'll be a lot going on at Comic-Con, but they'll only be given out to original gold and silver logo holders. Jayco says Kyo-kun? Kyo-soma? Which Kyo? Bill Gardner says, honestly, I would get a gold and silver logo, but I gotta get more OMI right now. Better ROI, plus people in the community know me. I'll get one later. Yeah, okay, that's fair, Bill Gardner. That's fair. Get that OMI. SoCal OMI always says gold and silver logo holders are eligible for a new version. They already have so much utility, even in the private Discord groups. You can stay places for free, get discounts, private meetups, etc., etc. Shankster saying the amount of people say that they won't buy from Cryptoys because they... Oh, I didn't know Dino's ambassador for Cryptoys. Oh, that is not a good look. Oh, that is... I didn't know that. That is really not a good look. The person who did that with them obviously didn't know. Yeah, that is really not a good look. Because like I said, the person that was with them, or that was taking care of that on their end, they just most likely didn't know. Bill Gardner, Earthbound. Oh, Marcon says it is Jigglypuff. Marcon, where were you? What time was it? It was only 17 minutes ago. I hope you're still around, my man. I mean, you're somebody else's man, but you're my man as well. Because we boys. Sam Mikasa says, normalizing blaming others for your own internal struggles is a losing mindset. Yes, it is. It is, 100%. Carl R. says, what? Whoa, I never meant to brag. Now I'm lying on... Sarah D says, hey, Randy, I'm an OG gold and silver Vivi logo holder, but I never joined the gold logo group. How would I go about joining it? So Sarah D, you would message Mr. MC1 over on Twitter, or SoCal Only Homie says, Discord, hit up Eagle Eye, and Eagle Eye will get you in there. And that's for the Discord. For the Telegram group, I think... I mean, just message Sanjay anyway. But Garner says, what is the new trading pair? Oh, no, it's... I'll show you 1 second. It's from today, right? Yeah. So the new trading pair, if you take a look, it's got WETH to OMI, and then most of the rest is OMI to USDT. But down there, what is that? It's Floki to OMI. And it's from OpenOcean, OMI to Floki. You can now trade Floki for OMI on Ocean or on OpenOcean. I have never heard of OpenOcean. I don't know what it is, but you can now trade Floki. It has another pair. I thought it was pretty interesting. Sarah D says, thanks. SoCal says, Floki OMI. Omar says, yesterday I picked up the number 152 pencil for 22 gems. Very, very nice. Bill Garner says, what the hell is Floki? So Floki is a meme coin that was created when Elon Musk bought a Doge. Like he bought a puppy dog, like a doggo. And it was a Shiba Inu, which is like the breed of dog that they use for the Dogecoin. And he named it Floki. So someone decided to create the Floki crypto. It's number like 168, like OMI's beating Floki. But now there's a new trading pair, and you can go and take your Floki, and you can convert it into actual real money with utility, such as OMI. So, yes, that. Vivi Magic says, hola familia, Vivi Magic. I love you. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you come to New York Comic Con. I would love to see you. It would not be the same without you. And Omar Kasaja says, hola, Vivi Magic. Fadi D says, hola. Meow. Sour D says, thanks, Randy. We met during New York Comic Con. I remember showing you my Vivi logo card with excitement when I got it. Oh, I think I do remember that. I'm going to be at New York Comic Con Thursday this year, hoping we can meet again. Yes, I will be there Thursday. I'll be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't think I'll be going that Sunday. I have press passes this year, so huzzah. Um, I don't think I'll be there on Sunday. Sunday usually uses recovery day. I'm getting there Wednesday night with someone, and then Thursday, the rest of the week will be obviously at the con. Um, Last year I had a whale dinner before the other dinner before the party. Last year was insanely busy. One of the whales that was supposed to be at the whale dinner was, I guess I could tell you guys about it now. It happened a year ago. The person who got the David Warhol, the one of one, got to have dinner with David and Dan at New York Comic Con, and they got to bring three guests. So Dr. Prophet won. He bought me and Foster, and he's like, "Hey, let's brainstorm. Who should we bring?" And I was like, "Well, I'm having a whale dinner this week. We could do it. We could do the whale dinner the night before, and then see who would be a best fit to like kind of bring him in." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I like that idea." I was like, "Okay, cool." So the night before that whale dinner, my friend Ken, can I say his name? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've reviewed him on here. Ken Gwynn. He's been on the podcast. CEO of Republic. He's like, I can't make this dinner. Can we have dinner like the night before? And I was like, I guess. So I had to run to that dinner. I had to go to. Anyway. But so we had the whale dinner, and we, parsing it every word, looking. Okay, who's going to be the best fit? And it wound up. I won't say the name, but it wound up being. Well, I won't say the name. Brought him to the whale dinner, and I something similar is probably gonna happen this year because I have my if you were to buy the Gary Baseman one of one, that same utility happened for last year, where you can go to Decon, have lunch with David, with three other people. Now, one of my whales got that one of one, that Gary Baseman one of one. So he bought me, our friend BJ, and his brother-in-law, our friend Mike. But unfortunately, a family tragedy kind of happened, and we had to rescheduling for this year in New York Comic Con. But I think everyone that was supposed to go last year will go this year. So ask me questions that you want me to. Um, so anyway, Dirk Latte is going. Who's this? This was in the Sour D. Sour D. I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but on Sunday that's going to be like my recovery day. My liver is going to be all destroyed, but I will keep you. I will keep you guys posted. Thursday or Sunday better? Thursday is probably better. Sunday is really more for kids. Sunday is really more for like it's winding down. Thursday is kind of like just beginning. So I think I like Thursday better. Vivi Magic says, love you too. I will try to go if I can afford it. Yes. Okay. Get that, Brett. I feel you. Joseph Shea says, King Joe here. What are your thoughts on stamps? Why are they so low? There are so many stamp collectors out there. I guess they just haven't found Vivi yet. Most of the world hasn't found crypto yet, or NFTs, or even know what they are. So no, the stamp collectors mostly are not here. But I'll actually say that I'm probably one of the biggest stamp collectors on the app. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I have this deep, longing, lovely relationship with stamps. It's mostly just because, now, I think the New Zealand ones. Okay, I only have one of the common New Zealand ones. Okay, one of each of the common of New Zealand. Those aren't the ones that I've been collecting. One of the other ones that I've been collecting, let's say A Visit from Saint Nick. The common. Oh, I only have one of those two either. What the heck? I swear I have a bunch of stamps. Okay, Earth Day. Here we go. Here we go. The rare Earth Day stamps. I have 7 of. So I have a little bit of those. Not a ton. Not a ton. This is not. All right, Holiday Elves. I know I got a couple of these. All right, the rare. I have 19 of the rare. There we go. We're finally getting up a little bit. Now, why do I have these? Because if you go to the market, they are $2.09. These are very, very cheap collectibles, and they're rares. So they consistently get you in those top 500 wallets, and then I have 4 of the other rares of these bad boys. The elf with teddy bear, just 4 of those. So that's pretty small as well. Um, okay, the Lunar New Year stamps. I don't think I have a ton of these. The tigers. I mean, I have the whole set. Um, I'll show you as soon as it decides to load, which it's not. Okay. Oh, I only have 1 of those. What the fudge, man? Anyway, so I do have these sets, the Lunar Panel Arts, Lunar New Year stamps. The Year of the Rabbit, here's where it gets a little more interesting. Because the uncommon, these are very, very cheap. I own 53 of those mother flappers. So a good like 5% of my entire collectibles are Lunar New Year rabbits. And a good 20% of my 25% of my collectibles in of the 900 or so that I have is alligator Lokis and Lunar New Year stamps. Yeah. And these are, and like I said, they're cheap. They're $2.10 per stamp. Now, I bought most of these when they were $1.80, so I've made some money. So I like them for that reason. Other people just like them because they're. Oh, I have the entire President Series stamps. Nice. But a lot of other people like them because they are historic. I have 19 of these mother flappers. These are the Ben Franklins. And I don't think I have many. I have 1 George Washington. That's it. But a lot of the stamps, like, all right, let's take a look at this. Take Me Out to the Ball Game is a rare stamp. There's 1 of them in the entire set. It's $8. You get an entire set for $8. This is one of the cheapest sets that you can get on the app. It's $8 and you get a full set. I think something similar with the women supporting the war effort. There's not a lot of these. This is $6. Guys, this is $6 for a whole set. What are you doing if you do not have this stamp? And like, what are you doing? This is stupid. Guys, get one. It's a whole ass set. You can get 2 sets for $15 right now. Easy. That is not even a hard call. All right, moving on. But no, the stamp collectors are not here yet. Sour D says, I was supposed to go after that party last year, but my legs were shot from Comic-Con that day. Definitely not missing. Oh, Sour D, do not miss that party. You missed that party last year, but do not miss it this year. Please. Cool Mo says, hey, Randy. Hey, fam. I'm prepping for the hurricane and catching up on Vivi news. Are you down in Florida? Ow, I thought you're a Cardinals fan. I thought you were in St. Louis. Anyway, stay safe. Have a party. And we're all going to be partying in a month and a half in New York Comic Con. Jordan Reed says, yo, Randy, what's up, Jordan? How's it going, fam? I look forward to streaming with Jordan on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we go and interview the Bumper Team. Bump it up. SoCal Omi Homie says, cheers. Kuma. Don't miss it, Sour D. Don't miss it. Mrs. J Kill. Oh my God. How are you and J Kill XRP? I hope you guys are really good. I love you guys. Commas and zeros saying, what's the new pairing? The pairing is Floki. It is a meme coin. We have a new pairing. It's wild. I don't know why we have it, but we do. I'm not going to complain. SoCal Omi Homie says, we're so dang early. Congrats to our future selves. We are. Whenever somebody says so darn early, it reminds me of that scene in Planet of the Apes where Charlton Heston's like, can I kiss you goodbye? And then she's like, okay. Just so damned ugly. And I was like, I feel that so much. Anyway, Commas and Zero says, where is the new pairing at and what pair is it? It's exchange. I'll show you real quick. I showed people before, but I'll show again. I have no problem showing multiple times. So the pairings, as you see on all the places that have OMI, most of it's USDT, but that bottom one is on Open Ocean, and it is Floki. It's not USDT. And then as of this morning, you could trade 100 Floki for 1.69 OMI. Everyone comment nice down below if it's 69. And I think that would be grand. Other people would sell their Floki for the OMI. Nick Brett says, do you think the new stand barcode being blacked out on comic covers devalues them? I don't think I've taken a look at that. Oh shoot. Okay. Let's take a look at that though. Let's go to the market and let's go to the comics. Because one was released today. The Fantastic Four one. Did you say you said the new stand bar? Code being blacked out? I don't see it. Can you further elaborate, Nick Burtz, what you mean? So the new stand bar code being blacked out on comic covers. I'm just not seeing it. So if you could kind of give me a little more insight on what you mean, that would be great. I just don't see it. Oh, speaking of which, though, we did not have a lot of volume for this. The Ultimate Fantastic Four 2023. This had sold like 2,300 mints. So this made about $15,000. This did not make a lot of money today. And ooh, 95 people here and 95 likes. Can we get more likes to 100? Who's hungry? JKillXRP says, me and Mrs. JKill are trying to make it Friday the 13th. JKill, do you and Mrs. JKill have a gold and silver logo? If you don't, ow, my freaking hips and my back. You should. That is something I would highly recommend. But yes, Friday the 13th would be dope. Because, Friday the 13th. Cool Mo says, I live in Orlando. Squall bands can be problematic. Oh, yeah, totally. Mrs. J Kill. Diddy Kong Racing. Sorry. Cool Mo say, going to bring you a Cardinals collectible near Comic-Con that I think you will like. Oh, I love Cardinal stuff. I will accept that graciously, and I will not fanboy at all. I'll be like, thank you, Cool Mo. Nick Brett says, not all the comics have the barcode on the cover, but the ones that do just have a big black rectangle box. All right, we're gonna go look for this. We are gonna hunt for this big black box. Oh shoot. Okay, all right, hold on. Bar cover. You said a big black. Is this Alpha Flight? No, that's just a hammer. Or whatever that is. So that's not that. I mean, I'm looking. I'm trying. A black bar. There's something in Planet of the Apes and the Tarzan one. Oh, Tarzan of the Apes. Oh no, that's a tree. It's a tree in the background. I don't have a... Oh, wait a minute. I do see something in the Captain America, in the annual number 8. And there is a big black bar right there on the big black bar, right where my pinky is. Right there. Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know why they have that. That's interesting. To be honest, I haven't even seen these. But yeah, that happens in New Mutants number 16 as well. That little black bar. Okay, yeah. I hadn't noticed that though. That's wild. Amazing Fantasy 15 for $315. And it's 9.5K on the secret rare. Ooh, lordy. Look at myself. Okay, moving on. Commons and Zero says, hope we get dozens and dozens of new pairings soon. I'm hoping to. Before the end of the year, we might get another one. Nick Brett says, Avengers. Oh, could you imagine if it's Doge? Like if Doge is another pairing? That'd be great. Nick Brett says, Avengers Annual 10, for example, just has a black box. Gotcha. JKillXP at Cool Mode. Do you see concrete barriers at every intersection in Orlando on side of road to stand by to be installed to block intersections and freeways? Cool Mode says, nope. Can't say I've ever seen barriers, but I really don't leave the house until it's gone. Too many crazies out during the storm. Florida, Yeah, I feel you. Wes saying, how many miles a day would you run in the military? And are you going to start jogging daily again? When my back is better, yes. But how many? Well, in basic training, you run every day. In tech school, you run every day. Um, but in active duty, you're not like forced to run every day. Um, I mean, you do when you're active duty, it's just like normal life. So, and you do have to pass the PT test. You have to pass the physical training test. Some people take it every 6 months if they're kind of on the brink of not being healthy. I only ever had to take it once a year because I was super fast. Um, but honestly, the Air Force PT test is not a joke. It's just like you have to do like I don't know, like 60 sit-ups and 60 push-ups in like a minute. Um, and then your waist had to be like below a 36 in order to get full points on that. And then the run, you had to run a mile and a half in like I don't know, like in under 12 minutes. So like it was all pretty easy to do. Like it wasn't that hard of a thing. Um, but there's some people that just live like a sedentary lifestyle and they just couldn't do it. Could I do it now? Well, not now when my back hurt, but when my back hasn't hurt, I would not pass the waist test. Well, I wouldn't fail it because you don't fail unless you get like a 40. My waist is probably like 38, maybe 39. Um, but I would say for push-ups, easy, sit-ups, easy. The run might be difficult. The run might be something that I could be like, oh, I'm carrying a lot of extra weight and my knees are going to hurt. I can still do it in another 12 minutes though. But I will start jogging again soon. Um, Nick Brett says, yee. Well, it says it's blacking out the barcode. Yep, yep. I could have just kept it. Anyway, Kumo says, or Jake Hill extra pieces at Kumo. One, keep eye out for round concrete barriers on side of roads with bolts in them. Corresponding bolts and road ready for installation. Yes. Cole teases, what's your plans once you become filthy rich with OMI, Randy? Um, so I had this conversation with a good friend of mine. I wouldn't really say a mentor yet. Maybe one day. Just a great dude. Last week, a few weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago, and we just talked for like a half hour. But when we were going and talking about my goals of just conservation, buying a lot of areas of land and then putting in that making conservation areas. He said, "Okay, well, when do you plan to do this?" Like, well, I plan to start in 2025. The height of this bull run, I'll take out some OMI, I'll buy some land, or I'll just go and help best friends first, kind of get my feet wet into the conservation thing, animal charity thing, buy back into OMI or whatever's the best investment in the next bear, and then continue doing that. So I think around 2030, 2029 is when I'm going to go heavy with it. But he brought up something that you know, I didn't expect. He's like, "What do you think your net worth will be by 2030?" And I was like, "Well, if I was at a dollar, probably 100 million, net worth." And he's like, "Well, okay, but you'll be 40." I was like, "Yes." And he's like 49 right now, so he's like, "Listen, if you can get 100 million at 40 and you don't be stupid, keep your nose clean and your heart open, and you continue to work hard, you could do hundreds of millions or have a billion by 40 or by 50." And I was like, "Oh, well, but that's a lot. But how long do I have to work for that?" He's like, "Well, listen, Randy, looks like you're going to go into the hard work anyway. Might as well go and do it for yourself to build up that much money. Because, what's better? You said you want 90% of your net worth to go to these charities, right?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Well, 90% of 100 million is great. It's amazing. But even 20% of a billion is a lot more than 90% of 100 million." I was like, "All right, you're right. You're right." So I definitely do want to do some charity along the way. If you wait too long, then some of the endangered species might actually stay on the endangered species list, or worse, get taken off, not because they're not endangered, taken off because they're actually extinct. Um, but those are the types of things. Cool Moses, any news on beta transfers or beta testers for Vivi-verse? Never heard whether more people got invites. They do every couple weeks. I think you'll have one again, another batch going out at some point next month. I don't know when next month, but at some point next month, you'll have another batch of users. Jake Hill says, Akumo, Highway 408. Highway 408. That is, I guess, those concrete barriers. The Real Deal says, what's your OMI to a dollar roadmap? Well, I don't everything that they want to roll out for Vivi, OMI, and Vivi-verse this year or this next cycle, everything that they want to roll out will not happen. There's going to be inevitable delays. There's going to be whatever. Now, that being said, we'll go over the whole roadmap. OMI to bronze ticket, Q4, which is also when everyone should be able to get Vivi-verse in Q4. And then after having some time to go and say, oh, okay, well, we have this for Vivi-verse, X, Y, and Z. Now let's do OMI to accessory, Q1 of next year. I was like, okay, well, now we have bronze tickets, we have Vivi-verse, we have, oh God, what did I say? Bronze tickets, OMI to accessory. So you buy hats for your stuff, you buy little ducks for your stuff, those guys. And okay, well, that's a lot. And then maybe an exchange in Q2. And then I would say OMI to gem in Q3, or OMI to NFT in Q3. Then you maybe have bundles going on where you sell a bunch of things for a price. People can counteract, kind of like eBay. I think that would be really fun. And that's just next year. And then maybe you have a land sale. Honestly, all that's going to be great. And that's not including the new IP that we're going to roll out. Oh my God, guys, you don't know. 100 likes. I did it. I got 100 likes. Thanks, guys. You're the man. You're the best. So this is how I see us getting, maybe even 12 cents this next bull market. The path to a dollar is, we have to burn a lot. And we have years to do so, but we have to burn a lot. If we go and we have, a dollar now, it would be 300. It'd be 300 billion, like 305 billion, and that's something that amount of market cap is just really not possible. But who's to say that we need that market cap? Maybe you don't need a 300. Maybe you need 275 or 250, and that's if we burn 55 billion, which is so much. But I think we can do that by the next bull cycle in like 2028, 2029. I think by that point, having we could even have $1.50, $2 by that point, because by the end of the decade, God, Bitcoin will be at least a $10 trillion, maybe even a $20 trillion market cap. Yeah, I think Bitcoin can become a $20 trillion market cap, because that's $1 million per Bitcoin. So I think by 2029, you do see that, even if it's not, let's say it's let's say it's 800,000 a coin for Bitcoin in 2029, right? Okay, well, that's a $16 trillion market cap. And $16 trillion is a ton. And let's say ETH might flip it at some point. But if we get 1% of the wealth that's going in there, that's an extra 16 trillion. That's $160 billion that could go to OMI's market cap. So I think that by that next bull run, we should be good. We should be good at over a dollar in 2029. Cold Tease is very interesting. Thanks for sharing. Of course, no problem. Of course, as a horse. Well, it says we need burns. Way too much circulating supply of OMI. We do need burns. I would very much like burns. But again, that'll be in Q4. So I'm going to X out of the Vivi app, and I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to see if we have a new MCP. I'm not going to hang up with you guys. I'm not going to leave you until we get the new data points on MCP, because it should be gone over, and it should be gone over live. Start collecting. Low drops this week. Low drops. 1712. So I'm getting like 900 points, or a little less than 9. I'm getting like 880. 890 MCP points. So they're really going down. Like, am I my Fallout boy? Because no, it's not Fallout Boy. Yeah, it is. It's going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Yeah. Stan says, David mentioned the Apple Vision Pro in your one-on-one. In your dream case scenario, how do you view logical integration between the two? Well, in my dream scenario or logical integration, because those are two different things. Let's take some water first. Let's take some water here first, and let me check my YouTube studio real quick. I want to see if anything crazy's happened since I last opened it, which there very well might be. Just want to see how much money I made yesterday. Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh, still $26. I did not expect that. So not bad. All right, 57. Sorry, hold on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 57. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I made a decent amount of money this month. I could. Anyway, so let's say dream case scenario first, and then logic scenario second. Dream case scenario. Well, I guess dream case. So it would be best for Vivi. Would be Apple does not buy Disney, and Disney would go and they wouldn't buy all of Vivi, but maybe Disney. I'm trying. No. Best case scenario would actually be would be Vivi doing a funding round and Apple buying in. So this way Apple would own 5% or so of Vivi. And when people see that, and Apple's going to want that revenue, they're going to want those sweet fees. If they were to do that and have an Elon Musk partnership on top of that, I would say, okay, we just struck gold, we struck platinum, we struck everything. That scenario where we would go and have Apple buying a piece of Vivi, say 5%, or enough for them to care about it a good amount. You get access to the Apple, like we could have like an Apple drop, like just the Apple logo, or we could have like Apple throughout the years, where we go and say, hey, get the first iPhone NFT, the first, like they've had so many products over the years, and people would be like, oh, you have avatars from Ready Player Me, give them an iPhone, give them AirPods, listen to music, give them a giant ass Apple boombox where you can old school play whatever rap or R&B that you want. I think that type of thing would be fantastic. And if they go and they incorporate, I know you're talking about Apple Vision Pro. I think Elon Musk and Tim Cook had a recent discussion. Get him in there somehow. But that would be my dream. Most logical integration would just be, hey, Apple needs content for the Apple Vision Pro, and okay, well, Vivi has a lot of content. They have a lot of characters. They have a lot of things, and then Apple will be like, okay, and not that they'll have like a necessary team up, but they'll be like, okay, they'll announce Vivi as a new, I guess, partner. Like, hey, we had penned a deal where we papered these terms and agreements, and now Vivi you'll be able to play the Vivi-verse on the Apple Vision Pro. My dream, I guess, in that would be for the Apple Pro to come. Like, remember when I don't know, one of the Apple phones or music just happened to have a U2 album on there for free? Nobody asked for it, it just happened. I think it'd be something similar to that. Every Apple headset device comes with Vivi-verse. I think that'd be dope. And that'd be fun. And most logical. Wes says, I hope Vivi isn't listening to all the ex-complainers about people with OMI getting too many points. I mean, they listen to everything. It helps them. But yeah, I hope we don't go down too low at MCP points. Like I said, I think 750 would be great. Even though now I have like 890 or... Yeah, I'd say like I have 890 points. Close to 900. Close to 900.
Not at 900 yet, but close to 900. So I have like 890. So I hope it doesn't drop too much more. J-Dog says, bro, once you start feeling better, consider a treadmill desk setup. Will do wonders for your back and core. Move it or lose it. You're right, I should. I definitely should. All right, before we take off here, let's go determine what's undervalued. I figured I'll just go 3 hours, so I have 5 minutes left. All right, let's start off with the most recent. Let's say Adam Warlock, Guardians of the Galaxy. There's 1510 of him. The floor is 26, so he should be like 75 maybe for his sub 100s. And you can get a number 80 for 65. You get a number 97 for 55, but you know, it's 97. I don't think there's anything sub 50 that's worth it, but you know, I would say his number 80 for 65 bucks is pretty good. You know, less than 3x the value of the floor, which is usually about 4, you know, so I think that's fine. Let's try Cosmo here. All right, Cosmo, the Doge is $78 for the floor. That's very, very low. And the cheapest sub 100, you get a number 84 for $104. Okay, so listen, the floor on Cosmo is 38. Just throw in another $26 and you have a sub 100. So it's 105 bucks for sub 100, and the next lowest price is 170. So you're already increasing the floor on that, you know, by $65.16. That's a no-brainer in my opinion. Cosmo number 84 for 104.84. Stupid undervalued, I think, in my opinion, not financial advice. Let's say Drax. Drax is 21 on the floor. 15, 109, 90, 87 for 87. Not bad. You know, I have a sub 100 of him, so I'll take him and leave him. Mantis. Okay, she's a rare, $7.40. So let's say $46. No, number 90 for 49. Yeah, not really worth it. Oh, Millie Tees. What's up, Omi homies? Yeah, what up, Millie? All right, Nebula. Let's take a look at her real quick before we bounce. Nebula's $7, sometimes $8. So I'd say $55 and below for Nebula. You could have number 75 for $45. And then number 71 for 54. And then it jumps up from there. But I think that's a good amount. All right, Peter Quill. There is somebody that has 1,000 Peter Quills. They have 25% of the supply. He's 13 on his normal. And the sub 100, yeah, you can get 90 and 93 for 78 and 74 respectively. And that's the only thing that's under $100. Shoot. So it's not a bad price. But then, you know, number 74 for 100, you know, for an extra $25, probably worth it for the $25. Now we do Rocket. Rocket is probably everyone's favorite in that particular group. He's 131. He shares the secret rare with what's her name, so 131. The cheapest, that is number 87 for 249. Anyhow, moving on. Oh, that's it. All right, and we'll have one more thing to do. Go over everyone. We'll just do, oh yeah, these Marvel Mighties, the Ant-Man ones. These are some of my favorites. Because Cassie Lang is not impossible to get a sub 100 of, but out of the 59 that there are, sub 100s of hers, I have 19 of them. Very proud of that. She's only going for $8 in the on the floor, which is nuts. And then the cheapest that you can get for her sub 100 is 133. It's really, really low. Anyway, Hope Van Dyne, I really like. And Hope Van has 51 of her out there, $6 each, uncommon. So I'd say $48 and below. But there is 0 sub 100s on Hope Van Dyne. There's none out there. And then I guess we have Scott Lang. We love Scott Lang. So let's take a look at, he's going for $11 at the floor, and Scott Lang, Ant-Man should be like 110, but I think, yeah, if you get anything under 200 is probably a win, but there's nothing out there for that price. I guess one more I'll take a look at is MODOK. There's so many of him, those like thousands. $30 secret rare, but he was an airdrop as well. $30 secret rare, and you can get a number 78 for 79. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's all right. Anyway, I think that'll be it for me today. I have to eat. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the super chats and just hanging out with me and being awesome. I have to pee. It's been 3 hours and I have not peed yet. Yeah, I can't get this in. Okay, everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Subscribe. Never mind, I'll find someone like you.